Hello from Spillane Field. Nick Magas here with Jack Sadighian on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Wareham back at home tonight to take on the visiting Orleans Firebirds. The third time these two teams have met this season. This is the second time it's happened here at Spillane Field, and the Gatemen are trying to snap a 3-game skid. It's been a tough stretch for them for the Gatemen, Jack.
Yeah, it has so far in these last 3 games. I mean, they finally get above 500 for the first time this season. Then they lose 2 straight to Katuitt by a combined score of 12-1, and just a tough way to lose last night. A competitive game, 4 different lead changes, but they ultimately fall in the 8th, 5-3 to Falmouth.
Yeah, it was tied going into that 8th inning. They gave up a couple runs on a weak hit. It wasn't the way you wanted that game to end. Obviously, we wanted to come away with the win, but more importantly, it was a slow roller to the right side that on a well-executed pitch from Kevin Acey was just not the way. It was bad luck.
Yeah.
It was bad luck, and George Carlejo talked about that a little bit in his pregame interview. But to get into this one, it's Adam Major on the mound for the Gatemen, and he has been impressive through 2 starts for us so far.
Yeah, he's got a really good fastball slider combination. Last time we saw him, I believe he went 5 scoreless. So Adam Major, somebody from South Dakota State with not very good numbers this past spring, but he has been dominating so far in the Cape. And we just recently heard from him that he's committed to Iowa, so huge congratulations to him. That's awesome.
Yes, 5 scoreless in his second outing, 3 scoreless in his first outing, so he's gone 8 innings so far this year, has not allowed a run. On the other side, it's Hayden Thomas, the second time we've seen him this year.
Yeah, he got a little bit roughed up against Wareham his first time out, gave up 2 runs. Wareham won that game 4-2. 2-0 against Orleans so far this season, so hopefully this is a game with the bounce back, and hopefully this is a pitcher that Wareham can bounce back against.
Wareham coming in at 7-9-4. We mentioned the struggles they've had as of late, but for Orleans, it hasn't been a whole lot better. 7-8-3 for their guys, and for this team, it's been a bit of a turnover. Not too many guys in this lineup were the same as we saw the first couple times the first time they were here at Spillane Field. 4 of their first 5 hitters in the batting order tonight are new faces. And for a team that's been struggling like Orleans has, this will be interesting to see some guys that they've brought in who are really good ball players.
The timetable is kind of interesting for the Firebirds because Jace Young and Jordan Sprinkle, 2 of their best players, leave. And then they go 5-1-1 following their departure.
It's true.
And then they turn around and have dropped 3 in a row. They had a tie on Wednesday against Harwich to help kind of minimize that skid. Still kind of on the downtick, if that makes sense. But major wire activity in the last couple days. This week, 5 released, 3 activated, 4 players released this morning, and only 7 of the same positional guys since Wareham last saw them on June 29th. So a very different Firebirds team than we saw in that 10-4 win.
They come in at sitting at 4th place in the East. And in that 10-4 win, it was Jace Young that provided the only 4 RBI for their guys in that game. We'll get into him some more in a minute, but step out for the national anthem. We appreciate and thank the sponsors who support the Cape League and the 10 teams. Our corporate sponsors are the financial backbone of the league. It is with their support that we are able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod. On behalf of the Wareham Gatemen, the 9 other teams, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2021 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize
the Yawkey Foundation, Curry College, Cape Cod Healthcare, the 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod,
Badger Sport, 47 Brand, Cape Cod 5 Cent Savings Bank, Milton Cat, Mosquito Marys,
Fairway Financial, Ocean Spray, Seaside Le Mans, Rogers Gray, Franklin Sports,
Cape Destinations, Sullivan Tire, Cape Cod Times, Kinlan Grover Real Estate, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce,
Highline Cruises, Sports Picks, On Deck Sports, Barnstable Bat, Highness Area Chamber of Commerce,
HP Hood, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Quest Diagnostics, Cape Space. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
The Cape Cod Baseball League and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask for your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or any other intimidating actions will not be tolerated. Thank you. We ask parents to keep their children off the roofs of the dugouts, away from the batting cages, and out of the bullpen areas. Please throw rubbish into the barrels and recycle the aluminum cans in special bins located around the park.
Ladies and gentlemen, state law prohibits the use of any tobacco product on school property. Thanks for keeping us in compliance.
Cameras and video cameras are permitted inside Spillane Field for personal photos, but cannot be used to reproduce the game, players, or on-field events without the express written permission of the Wareham Gatemen. Use of camera or video equipment must not interfere with other fans' enjoyment of the game.
Back from Spillane Field, Nick Magas and Jack Sadighian. After that national anthem, prior to that we were talking about Jace Young and the hole he leaves in this Orleans lineup with his departure, playing for Team USA. But Jace Young, all 4 RBI for Orleans when the Gatemen played over at their field, and they won that game 10-4. It was a grand slam from Jace Young that provided all 4 of those runs. And interestingly enough, Jack, that's the second time that the Gatemen have played a game this year where all 4 of the opposing team's runs have come by way of the grand slam.
Yeah, and a win and a tie in those games, so it's almost like give up a grand slam. And
it's a good omen.
Good.
I know.
But yeah, he's a fantastic player. Huge get for Team USA. That's an all-star lineup. That's what the Team USA Collegiate National Team is, and he did a pretty good job out there playing in the Stars and Stripes games. But we're happy to see him go as Wareham broadcasters.
Though he was probably the best, or at least one of the best resumes that came into this Cape Cod League. Certainly as Gatemen fans, not too sad to see him go. Orleans will bat first in this ballgame with Adam Major taking the mound for the Gatemen. A look through their lineup. It's Peyton Chadinier playing second base and batting leadoff in the 2-hole. Number 12, Corey Acton, the designated hitter. Batting third, Jake Bulger playing left field. Batting fourth, Chase DeLauder playing right field. DeLauder's the only guy out of these first 5 for Orleans that was part of the team the last time these two teams met. And then number 49, Trey Harmon playing first base, batting fifth. Batting sixth, Tyler Locklear starting at third. Seventh, Jared McKenzie playing center field. Batting eighth, Garrett Guillemette behind the plate. That's where he's been the first 2 times these two teams met. And then Ben Blackwell rounding out the Orleans Firebird order. He'll be playing shortstop.
This is a Firebirds lineup that primarily uses a long ball, much like the Falmouth team we saw last night. 18 home runs at second in the league, only behind Falmouth. So a team that likes to hit the long ball, and they know how to score runs. 5.2 runs per game. The weakness for Orleans has been in that pitching staff.
So the Firebirds, the away team, will bat first. They send Peyton Chadinier to the plate to face off against Adam Major for the Gatemen.
Major 8 scoreless so far this summer, recently committed to Iowa. He's looked phenomenal so far on the Cape League. Fastball slider combination. His fastball will be right around 93.
As the first pitch is a fastball, finds the zone for strike 1. Good start for Adam Major, who has been brilliant to this point. You notice the Gatemen wearing their cherry red uniforms like so many teams do around the Cape Cod League. Friday nights wearing red. Jack and I are as well, along with the rest of the interns, as that misses outside, ball 1. In honor of veterans everywhere, Red Shirt Fridays.
And it's a great tradition that the Cape League has brought in the last few years.
Chadinier checks it up, takes a fastball in the inside corner, and the count goes to 1-2.
Chadinier swinging a pretty decent bat. 2 hits in 3 of his last 5. Average close to 300.
Swing and a miss. First batter down by way of the strikeout for Adam Major. He was well behind a fastball, and Major not beating around the bush, getting ahead of the first hitter and then putting him away with a pitch. Up in the zone, blew it by him, and that's the first out of the inning.
Now 11 strikeouts.
That one's lifted out towards center field. Going back on it is Gonzalez to the track, to the wall, and it's off the wall. Rounding first base is Corey Acton. He coasts into second, and a one-out double has the Firebirds in business here in the first.
Well, we've been showering Major with accolades, and Corey Acton says, I don't care what his accolades are, or if you're talking about him. Swings at the first pitch, hammers it to center. Thought it was going to get out for a moment. Gonzalez actually played it well off the wall and held Acton to a double. But a little bit of trouble early for Major.
Major now out of the stretch. The first pitch is checked up and taken for a strike by the three-hitter Jake Bolger. Bolger played in just one game for Orleans so far after being activated just a few days ago. He was 0 for 3 in that game. So still looking for his first Cape League hit, and it would be a good time to get it for the Firebirds with a runner in scoring position.
Major in his last outing didn't allow his first hit until the third inning. That was in a 12-1 win against Hyannis. Hasn't faced this early pressure so far on the Cape with a runner in scoring position in the first inning.
First outing was a good start in Cotuit as well, as there's a breaking ball taken for a strike.
And that was another win for the Gatemen, a 5-2 victory, part of a 3-0-2 stretch for Wareham where they got up over 500 and then lost 3 in a row. And that's where we are today.
1-2 the count on Bolger. The pitch, swing and a miss. For the second time this inning, a Firebird is down on strikes. DeLauder coming to the plate. Chase DeLauder, 6 home runs on the year. In the cleanup spot tonight for Orleans. He's been as good as we've seen in the Cape League so far.
.313 hitter, 6 home runs. Nick, that's first in the league, 13 RBIs, tied for 7th. Easily the most dangerous bat in this lineup.
One of the biggest tests for Major to this point. That one's chopped to second base. Troy to first. Got him. Well executed first pitch from Adam Major, and that retires the side. We'll send it to the bottom of the first. Scoreless from Spillane Field.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Badger Sport is a leading provider of superior quality team uniforms and performance athletic wear, including performance t-shirts, fleeces, shorts, and pants. From the fields to the stands and at every practice along the way, Founders Sport Group makes authentic, quality apparel accessible at the speed of the sport. Visit foundersport.com today.
Bottom of the first inning from Spillane Field. We're scoreless on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Nick Magas here with Jack Sadighian as the Gatemen are coming to the plate for the first time in this game. And the leadoff man is someone we haven't seen before, just activated a couple days ago. And in the lineup for the first time this season, Sean McLean, the third baseman out of Arizona State.
Had a good year at Arizona State this year, 2021 All Pac-12 honorable mention. Hit .322 with 7 homers and 37 RBIs, and then did a decent job for Team USA as well. But Wareham happy to have him making his debut and instantly into the leadoff spot. That shows you the confidence Sneddon has in Sean McLean coming in for his first game in a Wareham uniform.
The Gatemen will send McLean to the plate first. After him, it'll be Tres Gonzalez, the hottest hitter in the Gatemen lineup. Who thought in the first couple weeks we'd be saying that? But then Jack Brannigan in the 3-hole. Both of these guys have come on strong in recent weeks. Owen Diodati in the cleanup spot as usual. Behind the plate in the 5 spot, Jimmy Crooks. Tommy Troy moving down in the order tonight after sitting out last night. He'll start at second base, batting sixth. Callum Clark, at first base. Cade Kern in the 8th spot, playing right field, and then Jim Jarvis in the 9 spot, starting at shortstop. So it's a similar look for the most part for this Gatemen lineup, but Sean McLean coming to the plate first. Hayden Thomas on the mound out of the stretch to start this bottom of the first inning. Delivers a breaking ball that gets the top of the zone for strike 1.
Wareham was able to do well against Hayden Thomas. Last time they saw him, scored 2 runs in 4 innings.
Tries with another breaking ball. Bounced low and away. Thomas out of Texas A&M. Corpus Christi, that is. As he kicks and fires and delivers a fastball to Sean McLean.
McLean has seen really good pitching the last couple weeks in those Team USA Stars and Stripes games. Some really big arms out there this summer.
That one's a rolled third base side and foul. Sean McLean with the Arizona State helmet, staying alive with 2 strikes.
And he played with the wood bat in those Team USA games. So he's not coming in cold like most of these guys who make their Cape League debuts. They've been playing with metal bats all spring.
The 1-2 lifted to the right side and out of play.
And as some of you hardcore Gatemen fans may have been thinking, this is the brother of Matt McLean, 2019 All-Star for Wareham. He was also the MVP of the All-Star game that year and just got drafted 17th overall by the Reds.
Big-time player was Matt McLean. Sean McLean trying to follow in his footsteps, protecting the plate with 2 strikes, working against Hayden Thomas, who at Texas A&M Corpus Christi had a 3.31 ERA this year, 4-3 in 14 starts. The right-hander comes set. That one's lined back up the middle and into center field. Sean McLean in his first at-bat of the Cape League season with a base hit to lead off the ball game.
Well, Don Sneddon made some great lineup moves last night, and already Sean McLean leading things off looks like another excellent move from Don Sneddon. You need production from the top of your order. That's the reason you put him at the top, and that hasn't always been the case for Wareham this summer, but McLean starting off on a great note.
Got a pitch that was outside, didn't try and do too much with it, and just served it into center field. Runner aboard for the Gatemen. Thomas looks over there, slide steps to home, and delivers in the dirt to Tres Gonzalez. Gonzalez into this one hitting .296. That batting average has shot up in recent weeks. He was 1 for 2 yesterday with a double and a couple of walks. He checks his swing on that pitch, takes it for a strike.
Gonzalez on a 4-game hit streak. And he's good on the bases, too. 7 for 10 on steal attempts. Reached on all 4 of his plate appearances last night.
That one's lifted to left field. Going back on it is Bulger, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So that'll bring up Jack Brannigan. Brannigan, another one of these guys who's seen his batting average skyrocket in the past week. It was a slow start for Brannigan, as it is for so many guys who come into the Cape League, especially later in the season, and try and get used to these wood bats. Of course, Brannigan playing for Notre Dame had a nice postseason, and after getting off to a very sluggish start, has been swinging the bat well as of late. Took a breaking ball upstairs.
6 for his last 10 over a 3-game stretch, Nick.
Thomas set. Brannigan cuts on it and misses. Throw goes to first, and Sean McLean is back safely.
Who would have thought that Tres Gonzalez and Jack Brannigan, who at the start of the season were 2 of Wareham's weakest bats, would explode in the last week and a half and be the main source of production over the last few games?
Looking at the seasons they had this year, wouldn't have been a big shock, but for both of them it was slow. Count goes 2-1 on Brannigan. It's 2 for 3 yesterday. Brannigan with a walk. That was in the 5-3 loss at Falmouth. The third loss in a row for the Gatemen. Brannigan drives that one to right field, but Chase DeLauder in the right place at the right time nabs it for out number 2.
Well, Brannigan's been hitting the ball hard, and that at-bat was no exception. Laced it out to right, but unfortunately right to Chase DeLauder.
So a tough break for Jack Brannigan, and that brings up Owen Diodati. Sean McLean was on with a single to lead off this first inning, and now 2 straight batters retired. The cleanup man, Diodati, at the dish. The lefty takes upstairs, ball 1. Two outs in a scoreless ball game, bottom of the first inning from Spillane Field. Thomas stares down Diodati, now throws to first. Plenty of time for Sean McLean to dive back. Jimmy Crook's waiting on deck if we get there. Short stride from Thomas. He delivers upstairs. Diodati ahead 2-0. McLean with a big lead off of first base. Thomas comes home. Diodati checks and takes for a strike. Asking the home plate umpire where that was, he said, caught the outside corner.
Yeah, it did. It was a good pitch, but it's been one of Diodati's pitches that he likes to swing at, outside fastball. He'd prefer it on the inside, but he can hit the outside fastball well.
Fastball hitter all the way around as that misses low. Diodati in a fastball count now. Ahead 3-1. Left fielder out of Alabama, 0 for 4 yesterday at Falmouth. Comes into this one hitting .273. Swing and a miss on a fastball that was right there.
Oh, Diodati was geared up for it, too. Took a big cut, just missed it.
So 3-2, 2 outs. Sean McLean singled to lead off this inning. He'll be off and running with the pitch. Diodati waits for the 3-2. Called strike 3. Never a doubt from Hayden Thomas, who grooved a fastball, froze Diodati, and that'll send us to the second. Scoreless from Spillane Field.
For a nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950s-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities. The Gatemen thank the Bay Motor Inn for their support.
Baseball Factory's vision is to guide both players and parents through the college recruiting process into professionally trained players in order to find a school that is the right fit, both academically and athletically. Contact us at 877-752-6025.
Come on over to BB's Bar and Grill for food, drinks, and fun. Located on Cranberry Highway, come in to sample the delicious eats or relax with a drink while enjoying live entertainment. BB's is one of our team meal partners.
Welcome back to Spillane Field. Before we kick off the second inning, a special announcement. Want to wish a very happy birthday to Cameron Vanderveer. Happy birthday, Cameron.
Yeah, I heard he just turned 8 years old, so pretty exciting.
It's a
I
big
think that's
birthday.
our first birthday shout-out on the air.
Absolutely. Very happy. Cameron, you got the first one. If you want to send any more our way, we'll be happy to do it.
Send them to the YouTube stream live chat. That's probably the best way for us to see it, unless you happen to track down our personal cell phone numbers. I don't know how many people.
If you stay tuned, Jack's personal cell number will be coming out in the top of the 6th inning as Adam Major back on the mound delivers strike 1.
Can't confirm or deny whether it'll be correct or not.
You would do that for the fans, wouldn't you, Jack?
Of course. I'd give any fan a fake phone number.
Thank you to all of our loyal listeners around the country tuning into the Gatemen Baseball Network night after night as Trey Harmon faces a 1-1 count in the 5-hole tonight for Orleans. Major back on the mound. That check swing, he did not go. So Harmon ahead in the count 2-1.
Oh, he's coming off a big game against Harwich, 2 for 3 with an RBI.
He's 2 for 4 on the season. Sends a high fly ball to the right side. 3 Gatemen defenders converging, and Kern catches it in foul territory. Cade Kern has been an athletic defender all year in right field and showing off the range once again, tracking down that fly ball.
When I try and think how many fly balls have gone by Cade Kern, I really can't think of any. He has such a big range in right field, and that's been where he's excelled this season. The struggles at the plate after some initial displays of power have been there, but in right field, he's been tremendous.
Not just making every play he needs to make, because that one's grounded to Jarvis at shortstop, throws to first and makes a nice play himself for out number 2. But for Kern, not just making the plays he needs to make, but some run-saving catches in big situations, tracking fly balls down in the gap and especially toward his glove side in the right field corner.
Yeah, the concern for Jarvis, who just made a nice play at short, has been his arm, but a nice throw on the move on that 6-3 putout, so that was encouraging for him.
That retired Locklear before we even had a chance to say his name. So now Jared McKenzie coming to the dish with the infield playing him hard to the pull side.
Orleans hitters don't like the introductions. They've been swinging at a lot of first and second pitches.
And credit to Adam Major for attacking the zone early as that one's fouled right side.
I'm a big fan of that pitching philosophy. Unless people have been really hammering you your last 3 or 4 times out, why not throw them strikes? Challenge these guys, especially players playing with wood bats for the first time in 60 games.
The 1-1 stays upstairs. But that's a good point you make, Jake, especially with a lineup that's been hitting poorly throughout the season as Orleans had. Challenge them to hit your stuff. And if they do, sometimes you have to tip your cap. But in this situation, as that one's fouled back, evens the count at 2.
There's nothing worse than beating yourself when you walk 2, 3, 4 batters and runs come in.
Tell me about it.
It's happened one too many times for Wareham this summer.
Fouled off once again. Count stays at 2-2. McKenzie at the dish, hitting .204 on the season. Yet to go yard, 3 RBI, and starting in center field tonight for the Firebirds. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The 3rd strikeout on the evening for Adam Major gets him through the 2nd. Still scoreless on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
With professional coaches that provide personalized world-class baseball training, Baseball Factory helps every player take his game to the next level. Get a pro evaluation by calling 877-752-6025.
One of the area's best restaurants is located right up the street, Brewfish Bar and Eatery. Brewfish offers 20 rotating craft beers on tap and creative pub food. Check out their off-the-menu brunch with a Bloody Mary bar and $5 mimosas on Sundays. Join us for outdoor dining and drinks under the tent or for live music. Located on Route 105 in Marion.
Cape Cod Healthcare is committed to coordinating and delivering the highest quality healthcare services which enhance the health of all Cape Cod residents and visitors. You can expect this level of patient-centered care throughout our entire healthcare system.
Imagine waking up to a seaside breeze, a fishing fleet leaving for work, and a crimson sun rising over seals relaxing on the sandbars. This is the experience of Chatham Bars Inn, Cape Cod's premier resort and spa. To learn more about Cape Cod's finest luxury hotel, resort, and spa, visit chathambarsinn.com.
Scoreless as we start the bottom of the 2nd inning from Spillane Field. Had a birthday shout-out half an inning ago, and now we need to give one more shout-out, and that's to our typical sideline reporter, Julia Joseph, who has stepped up in a big way tonight and is the public address announcer for the evening here at Spillane Field.
Yeah, they had some other guy do it a few games ago when Dan couldn't, and he did a really bad job, so I didn't want to put him on the mic tonight. Called in Julia Joseph. She's been fantastic.
That was me if you couldn't figure it out. Jack didn't like it. He gave me a hard time on air, and that's fine. But Julia has saved both of us because one of us was going to have to do it. It was going to be a solo call on the Gatemen Baseball Network before she stepped up. So I'd love to have Barrett on. Barrett, our writer, Barrett Hodgson out of Taunton. Jimmy Crooks takes strike one. He'd be great on air. Knows his stuff for sure.
Called a lot of games in high school with the Hyannis announcer, Austin Dakuda.
That's grounded to the right side. Peyton Chardonnay at second base makes an easy play for out number one. And that's not an easy job either. It's not a comfortable feeling as a PA announcer to talk and hear your own voice coming right back to you from the stadium speakers. People say, you're a broadcaster. You must be used to hearing your own voice. It's not a big deal. But you don't have to actually hear yourself as you're talking when you're doing this. When you're doing that, there's a little delay, and it's coming booming back from the left center or the right center field fence here at Spillane Field, and it is not a comfortable thing, at least if you're me. I don't know. Maybe you like the sound of your own voice, Jack.
Fun fact, I have never PA announced a game.
Tommy Troy in the box took strike one and now leaves a breaking ball upstairs.
But I would not be jumping at the bit to be a PA announcer.
No, absolutely not. It's not a good feeling. So credit to the people who do it, and even more credit to the people who do it well. As Troy takes another breaking ball upstairs, he's ahead 2-1. Hayden Thomas on the mound for his second inning of work. Gets a fastball over the outside corner. Troy goes back to 2-2. Jimmy Crooks led off the inning, grounded out a moment ago. 1 out, nobody aboard for the Gatemen. That one is shot down the right field line and fair. Into the corner it goes. Tommy Troy around first, and he's chugging for second. He's not, no, now he's going to pull up at second base. I thought he was going to give it a try as that ball was deep in the right field brush down toward the bullpen, but he pulled up at the last second, and the Gatemen with a 1-out double, and Callum Clark coming to the plate.
Well, that was a wise decision to pull up. Good job by DeLauder recovering that baseball quickly. It was all the way in the ivy by the bullpen in the corner by the right field foul pole. DeLauder able to get it in quickly, and Troy, who's known for going for that third base successfully most of the time, holds up at second.
Ivy might be a little generous. I think those are weeds.
No, it's ivy.
All right. Wrigley Field vibes way down in the right field corner here at Spillane Field as Callum Clark takes outside, 1 out, and a runner at second base for the Gatemen. Big gap in right center field for Clark. Jared McKenzie, the center fielder for Orleans, playing on the shortstop side of the bag toward left field. So playing a left-handed hitter the opposite way as Thomas checks Troy, delivers a fastball that catches the outside corner.
Waiting for Callum Clark to get going with consistent hits. Only 3 hits in 18 at-bats so far this summer, but 2 of those were doubles.
Comes into this one hitting just 167. But we've talked about it a lot this season and already a few times tonight. It's how guys start this season, especially coming off a deep postseason in their college with their colleges, has no indication of how they finish it up, as we've seen. As Clark rolls over that one to second base, and it's over to first for out number 2. Tommy Troy moves over from second to third. And Cade Kern coming to the plate out of the Ohio State University. Kern not in the lineup last night. Played against Catuit a couple days ago. Was 0 for 2 with a walk. Has a runner at third and a chance to drive him in. Takes a breaking ball, strike 1.
Last time Kern had an RBI, July 2nd. It's been 2 weeks. And he has 11 RBIs on the season. That puts him around the top 25 in the league.
Thomas tried with another breaking ball. Kern left it upstairs. Count 1-1. Lead run 90 feet away here in the bottom of the second. Fastball just grabbed the inside corner. Very, very good pitch from Hayden Thomas, who used the tailing action on that fastball from the right side to catch the inside corner and get ahead of Cade Kern. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Kern down on strikes, and Thomas avoids any damage. We'll go to the top of the third. Still scoreless on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. We offer over 400 different beverage choices on Cape Cod to quench every thirst, and more than 150 of those are low or no-calorie options.
Earn a bachelor's or master's degree, complete a certificate, or take a single course through the Division of Continuing Education and Graduate Studies at Curry College. In-person and high-flex classes run days, evenings, and weekends in Milton and Plymouth. To learn more about the programs in business, accounting, criminal justice, education, nursing, and more, visit curry.edu.
Clobbered high and deep to right center field, and this one is gone. A home run.
That home run's brought to you by Eastern Propane and Oil. Another scholarship for a deserving youth. Eastern Propane and Oil, we're in your neighborhood.
Scoreless game as we head to the third on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas, and Adam Major still on the mound through 2 innings. Seen one more than the minimum. Gave up a double to Corey Acton in the first. Other than that, he's been phenomenal as always. Now 10 scoreless innings on the Cape. We'll have Garrett Gillimet, Benjamin Blackwell, and Peyton Chatinier, the 8-9 one-hitters to start off the third. First pitch to Gillimet is swung on and missed.
Gillimet into this one hitting 182. Starting behind the plate for Orleans.
That pitch fouled back quickly behind 0-2.
He was the 6th ranked catcher out of California coming out of high school. Originally committed to Oregon, but then USC made an offer and he said he couldn't turn it down. So playing for the Trojans now.
The 0-2's upstairs. Gillimet on Tuesday with a big game against Falmouth. As the 1-2's cut on and missed. Major's 4th strikeout.
These Firebirds really aren't making it easy to talk about them.
They are not. For reference, that game, he went 2 for 4 with a home run and 3 RBIs. 1 away, nobody on in a scoreless game for Benjamin Blackwell. Top of the third. Blackwell, the 9-hitter today. First pitch to him, he shows bunt and pulls back, taking a strike. Blackwell playing shortstop today out of Dayton. Has had some strikeout struggles so far this summer. 19 strikeouts and 35 plate appearances, as the 0-1 is a slider for a strike.
Meanwhile, Adam Major, 4 strikeouts in this ball game to this point. 10 1/3 innings pitched here on the Cape. He struck out 14.
0-2 pitch. Check swing. Gillimet went around. Blackwell. We'll make it 15.
Well, Gillimet did too,
now,
but Blackwell was it right there. So that brings up the top of the order for the Firebirds.
One of those days.
We're not even a third of the way through this one.
Peyton Chatinier up now, back to the top of the lineup.
Don't forget, this is an Orleans team. You remember what happened to me when we were in Orleans. I called Jim Jarvis out on strike 2.
You did. It was a shining moment.
It was not my best moment. And Tommy Troy was standing on deck there laughing at me.
First pitch to Chatinier is a strike, and the 0-1 is a fastball for strike 2. So Major ahead 0-2 on the third straight hitter in the third. 2 outs, nobody on for the leadoff man, Peyton Chatinier. Out of Ole Miss. 0-2, swing and a miss. Adam Major with 9 pitches strikes out the side in the third. Still a scoreless game on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in sport and recreational management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science online at www.currycollege.edu. Whether you are recently retired or still working, Fairway Financial can help you create clearly defined retirement income strategies to help protect your wealth, create guaranteed income for life, and provide a legacy for your family. We are committed to earning your trust by thoroughly understanding your goals and dreams and helping you gain greater financial confidence. To learn more, visit Fairway Financial in South Yarmouth or go to fairwayfinancial.net.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including fifth-year master's programs, at www.curry.edu.
We head to the last of the third, scoreless. Adam Major coming off an immaculate inning, 3 strikeouts and 9 pitches, and you have to go all the way back to 5 innings ago to see that for Wareham.
Well, Garrett Schmeltz had an immaculate inning last night, and I don't know if we had a chance to talk about it on the broadcast or if we even mentioned it. And he came into the game with a runner on base, which is why we might not have caught it at the time, but struck out the side with a runner at first base after coming into that ball game on 9 pitches. So that's something you don't see in baseball too often, an immaculate inning, 2 in a row here for the Gatemen. How about that?
We'll see if the Gatemen can do something with it and break the scoreless tie. Jarvis took a ball on the first pitch, and now the second pitch he fouls off over the left side. So a ball and a strike to Jim Jarvis, a shortstop out of Alabama. Leading off the last of the third for Wareham, and in the 9 spot again today. 1-1. Lined into right center, that gets down. Jarvis heading for second. Now he puts on the brakes and turns back to first. A leadoff single in the bottom of the third for Jim Jarvis. He's the leading run on base for Wareham as Sean McLean comes to the plate.
Before we dive back into McLean, let's run back to this immaculate inning for a sec. Jack, I have a would you rather for you. Would you rather strike out 3 batters in an inning on 9 pitches or throw a 3-pitch inning?
3-pitch inning. You just never see it.
Yeah, but they have to put the ball in play 3 times.
I'm okay with it.
And you're relying on your defense.
First pitch to McLean popped up in the infield. Now fading into foul territory on the first base side. Trey Harmon, the first baseman, up to make the catch. So 1 away now in the last of the third. Jim Jarvis, a lone base runner on first in a scoreless game. And Tres Gonzalez coming to the plate. Flew out to left his first time up. But you gave me 2 options. Either 3 strikeouts and 9 pitches or 3 outs and 3 pitches. So I know I'm going to get the 3 outs and 3 pitches. So I'm okay with all the balls being in play. Am I thinking of it too logically?
Maybe. I was hoping this would stump you a little more than it did.
First pitch to Gonzalez is low.
You know you're getting all 3 batters out either way. It's just a question of do you want to strike out all 3 of them or do you want all 3 of them to put your pitch in play and make 3 outs that way?
I'm just thinking a 3-pitch inning is more rare. That's why I went with that.
Okay.
With that choice.
All right.
1-0, fouled away.
If you can comment on our live feed, let us know what you'd prefer.
Gonzalez reached all 4 plate appearances last night. One. Fastball for a strike on the outer edge.
Gonzalez has been on a tear as of late. Came into this one hitting .296.
The 1-2 fouled off.
Tres Gonzalez wearing number 3. Full name Eduardo Alberto Gonzalez III. That's where Tres comes from.
I don't think we brought that up since near the beginning of the season when we talked about it.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but that's probably the best name on the Gatemen team, don't you think?
That pitch swung on and missed. Gonzalez strikes out, throw down to first, gets into right field. Jarvis heading to second. He's there safely. So 2 outs, but Jarvis in scoring position. And Jack Brannigan coming to the plate, one of the hottest hitters for Wareham.
Well, Brannigan, like so many guys that the Gatemen have, was a 2020 freshman All-American at Notre Dame. He's an athletic shortstop, throws on the mound a little bit as well, and had a great season for the Irish this year.
First pitch to him is a breaking ball for a strike.
Hit .295 in 2021, 6 homers, 29 knocked in. And as we've said a few times now, after a slow start here on the Cape, like the man hitting before him tonight, Tres Gonzalez, has turned it on in recent games.
Thomas a look at Jarvis. Now the 0-1 is another breaking ball for a strike. Brannigan quickly behind 0-2. Flew out to right field his first time up in the first on a very hard hit line drive. Jarvis, the leading run, in position at second. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. The 0-2. Lifted to right field. That sends DeLauder back near the wall. Now backpedaling, reaches up and makes the catch. Wareham with yet another one-hit inning, but still no runs. No runs for either side. 4th inning coming up.
Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you. Located on the Cape Cod Canal, Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay is the area's newest rental independent living, assisted living, and memory care community. With some of the area's largest apartments and an ultra-inclusive monthly service package, Keystone Place is a life-fulfilling retirement community unlike any other. Discover Keystone Place, the best option in Cape Cod.
One of the Gatemen's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken.
Scoreless through 3. We head to the 4th. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas. And it's Corey Acton, Jack Bulger, and Chase DeLauder, the 2-3-4 hitters coming up for Orleans against the ever-hot Adam Major.
Well, Adam Major, for him, it'll be interesting to see how long they leave him in this game, assuming he keeps up this success, because he went 5 innings in his last start. That's as long as we've seen anybody go here on the Cape. As he throws strike 1 to Corey Acton. But for Major, I mean, if he continues this pace, it'll be interesting to see where his pitch count is, where they want to pull him, because obviously you don't want to ride anybody too long, but this is a kid who we've seen have some serious ability to go deep into outings.
That pitch swung on and missed. Now 1-1 to Acton. Here's the 1-1. In for a strike. Major through 3 with 6 strikeouts. He's only given up 1 hit. That was to Acton, and it was a double in the first. That pitch outside, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Acton. Designated hitter out of Florida, but recently committed right to their rival, the University of Georgia. As that pitch is lined foul.
All right, Jack, you're a Georgia guy. Is that frowned upon?
Not if you're a Georgia fan.
Well, okay.
I love seeing guys cross
the Florida-Georgia line.
Yeah. I love it. Welcome to the team. 2-2. Just missed outside. Acton with the full count, leading off the 4th. Scoreless between Orleans and Wareham. Wareham's taken both of the 2021 meetings so far. Payoff pitch is grounded to the left side. That gets past McLean. Into left field. Acton rounding first. He's heading to second and is in standing up. Acton's second double in a row. His first one in the first, and now he leads off the 4th and gets in scoring position.
That's a tough play for McLean. Off the end of the bat, spinning away from him toward the line, and on a hard hit ball, just trying to make a backhanded pickup. Not an easy play for any third baseman, but you know McLean probably wants another chance at that one.
So Mazur's only given up 2 hits, both doubles to Corey Acton. On second with nobody out in the top of the 4th, first pitch to Jack Bolger, lifted to right field, caught by Kern. Acton's going to hold up at second as Kern lasers a throw to the third base bag. One away, Acton still on second, and a scoreless game. We're in the top of the 4th here at Spillane Field, and Chase DeLauder coming to the plate. Grounded out to the right side his first time up. We mentioned how dangerous he is in his first at-bat. First pitch from Mazur, fouled straight back. DeLauder out of JMU, which is not necessarily a big-name program, Nick, but he has made his name known around the Cape.
That's absolutely right. He has some serious power, especially the other way. Dead center field and the other way is where he likes to hit his home runs.
That one grounded hard to the right side. Clark picks it up. He'll do it himself, stepping on the first base bag. 2 away now. Acton advances to third. Orleans' leading run is 90 feet away. Trey Harmon heading to the plate with 2 away in the top of the 4th.
So, second fun full name of the night. We talked about Tres Gonzalez, and now Trey Harmon, also the third. French Baker Harmon the third.
And I'm glad he goes by Trey. First pitch, fouled back, out of play. Harmon flew out to right his first time up. First baseman out of Kentucky. But this summer entered his name into the transfer portal. He's come off the bench the last 3 years for the Wildcats. 0-1, chopper to the left side. Jarvis backhands it. His throw to first is just in time. Orleans gets a double and a runner to third, but left stranded there, and we're still scoreless on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
One of the Gatemen's favorite places for their post-game meals is Cool Cone, where you can get anything from fried clams and fried chicken to an ice cream sundae, and then top it all off with a round of mini golf. Cool Cone, located on Route 6 on the Wareham-Marion line.
The law firm of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508-992-1270. We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard by visiting our website, lxblaw.com.
Welcome back to the last of the 4th on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Scoreless. Diodati, Crooks, and Troy, the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. And a shout out to some Gatemen in the chat. Bradley Bramer and Devereaux Harrison.
We would say former Gateman, but Dev's coming back.
Yeah, Bramer, a former Gateman, and Devereaux Harrison expected to come back on Wednesday. Bramer heading to Indiana in the fall. Congrats to him on his commitment there, transferring from Wright State. And he tore it up this summer.
He did. And as someone who does some work with the Northwestern baseball team, not thrilled to hear that. I don't want our guys to have to deal with Bramer next spring.
You have to tell him about the curveball.
It's more than just the curveball.
First pitch to Diodati from Hayden Thomas is swung on and missed. Diodati struck out looking to retire the first inning. Thomas, 3 innings, no runs, giving up 1 hit in each frame. The 0-1, cut on and missed. Two teams struggling recently at the plate, and 2 starting pitchers on the mound that are taking advantage, doing an excellent job in the first few innings. 0-2 to Diodati, misses low.
Slight breeze going out to right field, as it does so often here at Spillane Field. Not what you would consider a pitcher's ballpark. Ball was jumping in BP today, but...
The 1-2 swung on and missed. 4th strikeout for Thomas.
Right as I was going to say, the bats haven't really followed up the show that some of these guys were putting on in batting practice today.
1 out, nobody on for Jimmy Crooks. In a scoreless bottom of the 4th. Crooks a 4-3 ground out his first time up, and the first pitch to him is fouled away.
Crooks quieted down a little bit as of late. A 9-game hitting streak. Now Jimmy 0 for his last 12. 0 for 3 with a walk yesterday.
The 0-1 is grounded foul down the third baseline. Both pitchers today, Nick, have done an excellent job getting ahead in counts.
Well, that's what you need to do if you're any pitcher, but even more important as a starter. If you're trying to work an outing deeper into a game to keep the pitch count down, as important as anything to get ahead of hitters as that pitch just misses outside. A good take by Jimmy Crooks.
Came with the fastball. Guillemette was framed outside the plate. That's where the pitch came. A ball and 2 strikes for Jimmy Crooks.
And a big hole in right center field.
That pitch way high and outside. So 2-2 now to Crooks. The catcher out of Oklahoma has improved his skills defensively and had a hot bat going before the 0 for 12 stretch that he's currently in that you mentioned, Nick. 2-2 pitch, popped up into foul territory. That will get out of play. Crooks was nicknamed Jimmy Rakes this past season after his hot start at Oklahoma at the plate. You started to hear that name being poked around this summer during his 9-game hit streak. 2-2, fouled off again.
And he hasn't been at Oklahoma his whole career. Transferred from McLennan College after the COVID season. And then this year hit .284 with 10 bombs, 39 knocked in. Cemented himself as one of the better Big 12 catchers.
Another 2-2. Low and inside. That got away from Guillemette. Now a full count for Crooks. 1 out and nobody on in a scoreless bottom of the 4th. Crooks was behind 0-2. Now has a full count on Hayden Thomas. Thomas leaning in, likes the sign. Working from the belt. Payoff pitch is a fastball outside. Big time walk from Jimmy Crooks with one out in the bottom of the fourth. Now Wareham with the leading run on first.
Well, that patience is so difficult when you're in a bit of a cold stretch as a hitter, and Jimmy Crooks showing his mature approach at the plate in that situation. A lot of times when you're struggling, it can be easy to try and swing at pitches early in counts to try and lose your sense of discipline in a way. So Crooks being patient there, realizing he didn't get any pitches to hit in that at-bat, takes first base, and that patience showing through for number 8 behind the dish for the Gatemen.
Tommy Troy at the plate now. Seen him in leadoff in his last 3 or 4 games, but now hitting 6th today, and started off his game with a double down the right field line in the second, was left stranded on third.
Thomas threw 3 1/3 scoreless innings, but the Gatemen have now put a runner on base in each of these first 4.
Crooks on with 1 out in the last of the fourth. First pitch to Troy is a fastball in the inner half for strike 1. Troy with a much-deserved day off last night. Played 12 games in a row after arriving in Wareham.
The first of which was against Orleans at their park.
That pitch low and outside. Now a ball and a strike to Troy.
Got off to a hot start. Was 0 for 4 against Katuitt a few nights ago and then got that day off.
The 1-1. Crooks on the move. Troy swung and missed. Throw down to second. Tag. Got him.
Oh, boy.
2 away now.
Garrett Gillimet from the knees guns that one down to second base, and he actually threw it to the wrong side of the bag. But Chatagnier over there gets it, and in plenty of time to get the tag down on Jimmy Crooks.
Can't help but think that might have been a missed hit and run. Troy swung at the pitch. Looked upset he didn't make contact. Now the 1-2 pitch misses inside. So base is empty and 2 outs. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the fourth at Spillane Field. Here's the pitch. Low and outside.
Not to mention on that stolen base, it was a breaking ball received by Garrett Gillimet behind the plate before he had to make that throw. And that is the toughest pitch to receive and get a throw off. Not only does it take longer to get to the plate, but oftentimes it's in the dirt. And to come up firing on a breaking ball like that is a difficult thing to do. Credit to Garrett Gillimet.
Payoff pitch to Troy. Slap to the left side, backhanded by the shortstop Blackwell. Long throw to first is in time. We are still scoreless through 4 at Spillane Field. You're listening to the Gatemen Baseball Network.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soils is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit admakepeace.com or reedcustomsoils.com.
Got legal trouble? Attorney Mark Deshays is here to help the greater New Bedford area with real estate and business law, estate planning, and probate. Visit him today.
After the game, visit El Mariachi on Main Street for the best Mexican food in Wareham. The cantina provides a delicious late-night snack accompanied by fun cocktails.
Northeast Maritime Institute's College of Maritime Science is a proud sponsor of the Wareham Gatemen.
Top 5 coming your way from Wareham, Massachusetts on a beautiful evening with the sun setting over the left field corner here at Spillane and the lights on. Nick Magas here with Jack Sadighian on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Locklear, McKenzie, and Guillemette coming to the plate for Orleans. Adam Major back on the mound. 4 innings for each of these 2 starting pitchers. Scoreless baseball as we enter the 5th.
I love it. A good pitcher's duel.
Breaking ball over the plate for strike 1.
And the funny thing is there have been base runners. Now 5 combined hits, 6 base runners total in this game.
Locklear checks his swing. That's 2 strikes on 2 breaking balls from Adam Major. The 0-2. Lifted foul right side. Crooks gets a new ball from the umpire. And we'll do it again with Major ahead 0-2.
This guy's a major snag for Iowa, Nick.
Oh, yeah. Another guy going to the Big Ten that I don't want to deal with next year. Is that one's chopped back up the middle and into center field. Weak contact, but good enough off the bat of Tyler Locklear for a base hit. And Orleans with the leadoff man aboard.
Well, Major's been here before. He gave up a leadoff double in the 4th. Got out of it.
So here's McKenzie starting in center field. Struck out in his first trip. Now with a runner at first base, nobody out. Scoreless ball game in the Orleans half of this 5th inning. Jarvis pinched up the middle at shortstop. Crooks sets up outside. And the pitch is bunted foul.
Well, the bottom 3 in this order all struck out their first times up, and they're all now hitting 200 or less on the season. So not surprised to see McKenzie show bunt and try and move over the runner.
Pickoff throw to first base. McKenzie at the plate was the first of 4 consecutive strikeouts for Adam Major. That dates back from in the 2nd inning, and then going to the 3rd, he struck out the side.
6 Ks on the night for Major. His stuff's been very good.
McKenzie squares to bunt early this time, and he bunts through it. Crooks, and that's that's strike 2. That's what I thought. And then he turned around and started walking the other direction. I was like, where's he going? So McKenzie down in the count 0-2. Out of Round Rock, Texas, playing for Baylor.
Well, theoretically, that should take the bunt off the board.
Should. Jarvis in the same spot at shortstop. Troy playing straight up. Locklear, after singling to lead it off, gets back to the bag on a pickoff throw from Major.
So you've taken away the bunt opportunity. McLean's still playing up in the grass from 3rd.
Well, he still wants a good chance at that double play, even on a ground ball to that left side.
There is a big hole on the left side, though, with Jarvis shaded towards the second base bag.
Major's pitch, swing, and a miss. Blocked nicely by Crooks, and the 7th strikeout for Adam Major is the first out of the 5th.
His stuff is just so good. He's got a 4-pitch mix, and he can throw them all. Fastball, slider, curveball, change. And his arsenal's been on display tonight, Nick.
Yes, it has. Guillemette at the dish. Close pitch from Major gets the call, strike 1. Those are the calls you're going to get when you're a pitcher working deep into a ball game. You're pounding the zone. And when that is the case, you start to get the benefit of the doubt on close pitches from home plate umpires. Major checks the runner out of the stretch. Here's the 0-1. Grounded left side, third baseman to Troy. To first is in time. A double play for the Gatemen to end the inning. They go 5-4-3, and that retires the side. Still scoreless, going to the bottom of 5.
The Mezzaluna restaurant is a family-run Italian restaurant celebrating 80 years in business. Located on Main Street in Buzzards Bay, Mezzaluna specializes in Italian cuisine, a lunch menu that's the best deal in town, and serving some of Cape Cod's famous prime rib every Wednesday and Saturday. Come enjoy the feast at Mezzaluna, the Italian family restaurant.
For sales and rentals of Caterpillar machinery, generators, and marine engines, visit MiltonCat.com, your area cat dealer. Milton Cat, the Cape and Islands Caterpillar dealer, is proud to be a sponsor of today's game.
Does your insurance agent know you by name, analyze your stats, and help you with your game plan? If the answer is no, then it's time to draft Morse Insurance. Their local team will get to know you, assess your risk, and develop a strategy to protect your home, auto, or business. Visit us online at morseins.com. #Morse, of course, has your back.
The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all-natural mosquito and tick control services. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to mosquitomarys.com. Mention the Cape Cod Baseball League and get your first treatment for only $29.
Hayden Thomas hanging with Adam Major stride for stride. He's back on the mound for the 5th inning. Bottom 3 in the order coming up for the Gatemen. It's Clark, Kern, and Jarvis.
And he's dealt with base runners every inning. 1 hit in each of the first 3 innings, then a walk in the 4th. But unfazed. Closest the Gatemen were to scoring was getting Tommy Troy to 3rd with 2 outs in the 2nd, but ultimately a Kern strikeout ended that opportunity.
First pitch to Clark, catches the inside corner. Count goes 0-1.
We saw some back and forth scoring last night, but tonight a classic pitcher's duel, Nick.
The 0-1 driven high and deep to left center field. Going over there is Bulger, converging, and they collide. The outfielders from Orleans collide, and then they're dazed out there, and Clark rounding the bases. He trots around 3rd, and he's going to score, and we just hope that everybody from Orleans out in left center field is okay.
I still don't know if they made the catch. I can't see the baseball, but the first and foremost worried about their health and safety.
It was Jared McKenzie and Jack Bulger who ran into each other in left center field. And the trainer for Orleans out there to give attention to both guys, both of whom were slow getting up. Can't tell who's still on the ground.
And that was, I believe, caught by Bulger.
Now we're receiving word up here that the catch was made. That will be out number 1, but that's the least of anybody's concerns at the moment. So we'll step aside for a moment. Our thoughts and prayers with the 2 outfielders from Orleans, and be back in a moment.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway.
The Gatemen would like to thank Wareham Country Market for helping to feed the Gatemen players and staff after games. They are located about a quarter of a mile from the field on Route 6, offering a convenience store, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a deli.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings, to boats. Village Signs has proudly served southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs.
That double play is brought to you by TM Ryder Insurance Agency. Package your home and auto insurance for the perfect double play.
Wherever you call home, from Boston to the South Shore to the South Coast to the Cape and Islands, Rogers Gray has you covered for all of your coastal homeowners insurance needs. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
Catchers aren't the only ones protecting home. With Rogers Gray, you have more coastal homeowners insurance options and a true expertise in their people. Protect your home with Rogers Gray. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
South Coast Health Operators of Charlton Memorial, St. Luke's, and Toby Hospitals delivers an unmatched combination of clinical excellence with a personal touch. They are proud to serve as Southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island's only not-for-profit health system, as well as the region's largest employer. South Coast Healthcare, plus something more.
Whether it's life insurance to safeguard your loved ones, an umbrella policy to protect your teen driver, or making sure your home is covered from storm damage, Rogers Gray is there to guide you. Insurance is more than just a box to check. Trust Rogers Gray, a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedoms. In support of this program, the Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This special weekly celebration of Red Shirt Fridays is sponsored by 47 Brand, HP Hood, Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority, Advanced Embroidery, and the Cape League. Support our troops and join us by wearing red each Friday.
What's up, Gatemen fans? Looking for Wareham jerseys?
Welcome back to Spillane Field. A scary moment just a minute ago. The left fielder and center fielders colliding. Jack Bolger and Jared McKenzie crashed into each other in left center field. McKenzie was the one who was down for a while. He was up and walking off under his own power, talking to the trainer. So he comes out of the ball game. Bolger moves into center field. Chase DeLauder moves from right field to left field. And Julio Marcano into the game in right. So Cade Kern at the dish now for the Gatemen. And we're going to check that. Flip the left and center fielders for Orleans. It'll be DeLauder in center and Bolger in left. As home plate umpire says Cade Kern went around, so he's down in the count 1-2.
Yeah, we hope Jared McKenzie's okay, and happy to see Jack Bolger able to stay out in left field.
Ripped foul off the bat of Cade Kern. So Kern down in the count 1-2. The pitch misses low. It was Kellen Clark who came to bat first in the inning. Hit a fly ball to left center field that was ultimately caught.
Bolger was the one who made the catch as he collided with McKenzie.
So one out in the inning, and that is strike three to Cade Kern. Meanwhile, Hayden Thomas, unfazed, continuing to cruise through this Gateman order. He's now through 4 2/3. Hasn't allowed a run. Neither, however, has Adam Major for the Gatemen. And we are still scoreless here in the bottom of the 5th. 2 outs in the inning, and the base is empty for Jim Jarvis, who comes to the plate. Jarvis cuts through strike 1.
Jarvis, one of 3 hits for Wareham his first time up. A base hit to lead off the last of the third, ultimately left stranded on second.
The 0-1 misses outside.
But a great job by Thomas staying locked in. I mean, that was an emotional moment. Teammate gets shaken up. He's able to walk off on his own power as Jared McKenzie. But certainly could rattle you on the mound.
The 0-1 grounded hard to the right side and foul. Jarvis down in the count 1-2. So Jimmy Two Strikes shows up for the first time tonight. With a 1-2 count, the base is empty. Slashes at that one, knocks it foul.
Well, Owen brought up about Jarvis this season.
Talking Shugs or Diodati?
Shugs.
Okay.
16 strikeouts and 70 at-bats. Had 16 strikeouts and over 100 at Alabama this past season as he takes the ball to make it 2-2. A guy that doesn't strike out a lot. And even 16 strikeouts this summer isn't very high, but striking out more than he normally does. That Jimmy Two Strikes approach hasn't worked as well over the last couple weeks.
Well, it's tough. I mean, we've talked enough about the bats, but give a lot of credit to these pitchers here in the Cape League who are as good top to bottom as any rotation, any pitching day-to-day that any of these guys have faced, even the guys coming from the best conferences. These are all-star teams, each one of them, put together from the best players on each of the best teams around the country.
And we're going to have a change in left field, Nick.
It's not announced by the home plate umpire. Well, now it was, so we'll get you that in a minute.
It's number 9, Luke Keyshaw.
Has a ground ball to the right side. Nice diving play by Trey Harmon. Gets the flip to first base. And Jarvis is retired. Jack, say that one more time.
So Luke Keyshaw subs in for Jack Bolger. Tried to stay in the game after colliding with Jared McKenzie, but then exits mid-inning. So hopefully he's okay. But now both Jared McKenzie and Jake Bolger have exited the game.
Finishes the 5th, still scoreless at Spillane Field.
Mosquito bites and ticks. No, yikes! When the bugs get scary, just call Mosquito Mary's 866 Ask Mary or visit us at mosquitomarys.com.
What's up, Gatemen fans? Looking for Wareham jerseys, shirts, and hats? You can find all of that and more online at gatemen.org/shop. Visit to get all your Gatemen gear today.
Serving southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Office Technology Group has been the area's source for advanced digital multifunctional copiers since 2009. Call Office Technology Group at 508-858-5825.
The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all-natural mosquito and tick control services.
Top of the 6th inning from Spillane Field. Ben Blackwell, the shortstop, leads it off for Orleans in a 0-0 ball game. Chopper fielded on a hop by McLean is on to first for out number 1. The Orleans hitters continue to ambush Adam Major early in counts, and he has worked his way into the 6th, tossing scoreless baseball.
Longest outing we've seen from a Gateman pitcher. 5 1/3 now from Adam Major.
So we throw it back to the top of the order. Peyton Chatagnier leans out of the way of a fastball, ball one. Making his 11th start for Orleans, hitting .289, 3 home runs, 8 knocked in. That's ripped to left and down for a base hit in front of Owen Diodati. A one-out single for the leadoff man. And Corey Acton coming to the dish.
Well, that's a big base hit because of who's coming up. Acton 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. But now his first time up with a base runner.
The double plays in order. The infield pinches toward the second base bag. It's Tommy Troy at second base, Jim Jarvis at shortstop. As Chatagnier gets a lead off of first base, and Major, unfazed, delivers a breaking ball for strike one.
Yeah, Major can't afford to pitch around. Acton here has to go right at the strike zone.
Acton 1 for his first 9 here in the Cape League, but 2 for 2 with 2 doubles tonight. Really the only Firebird who's been seeing the ball well out of the hand of Adam Major.
It's an Orleans team that struggled over the last few games to hit 0-3-1 in their last 4, but in their 5-1-1 stretch had 3 games where they scored double-digit runs.
Still waiting for the first pitch to Acton. There it is, and there's strike one.
This is an Orleans team that we've seen hit this summer, and they've got pretty good stats comparative to the rest of the league. But been slumping kind of like Wareham has recently. Just 2 teams that need a win.
So a pause on the field for a moment. Chatagnier standing on first now takes his lead. An 0-2 count on Corey Acton. Major kicks, fires, and that's called strike 3. Eight strikeouts for Adam Major. That was a fastball that was a close pitch, might have grabbed the outside corner. And a late call by the home plate umpire rings up Acton. He's retired for the first time, and 2 outs in the inning.
A big out against Acton.
So here comes Luke Keyshaw in the game last inning after the collision in left field. He's in the 3-hole for Jake Bulger. Checks it up, and he went around that strike one, but the pitch gets away from Jimmy Crooks, and the runner moves to second. So that's a wild pitch. The runner advances, and now Chatagnier, after the 1-out single, into scoring position with Luke Keyshaw and his first plate appearance of the day, standing in the right-hand batter's box.
Haven't seen a ton of him so far this summer. 1 for 11 in 3 games. Has drawn a walk. One of the newly activated players for Orleans in the past week.
Keyshaw crouched in his stance, swings and misses. That's strike 2. Major continues to fill the zone with all 4 of his pitches. Now, once again, ahead of a Firebird hitter. He's 0-2 on Luke Keyshaw. 2 outs in the inning, a runner on second base. Major kicks and fires. It's grounded back up the middle and into center field. Chatagnier around third. He's going to score, and that's the first run of the ball game for either team. And just a tough break if you're Adam Major. It's been a couple times now in the last 2 games for the Gatemen, just weak ground balls. That one got through for a base hit. Last night they lost the game on a slow ground ball to the right side that didn't even make it out of the infield. But time and time again now for these Gatemen pitchers, just executing good pitches. And even though no one's able to put good wood on the baseball, it's come back to bite them a couple times now.
On Keyshaw did exactly what you're supposed to do in an 0-2 count. Just put it in play and try and make something good happen. Comes away with an RBI single as DeLauder takes a strike on the first pitch.
The wild pitch looms large at the moment. That's what put Chatagnier in scoring position. He scored on a slow rolling base hit from second base and a 1-0 lead for Orleans. DeLauder at the plate took strike 1 a moment ago. That one's outside, gloved by Crooks. Keyshaw running from first. DeLauder 0 for 2 on the evening after coming into this one hitting .313, 6 home runs, 13 RBI. Major working from the belt, now goes to first. Top of the 6th inning. Orleans scored the first run of the game just a moment ago. They lead the Gatemen 1-0 at Spillane Field. DeLauder, the cleanup man and the best hitter in this Orleans lineup, in the box. The 1-1 checked and taken for a strike.
Well, Major can still get a big out here. And then he would be going up against a top of the order, or bottom of the order, excuse me, if he came out in the 7th. That has not been good today for Orleans if George Carlejo decides to keep him in the game.
The 1-2 popped foul and out of play left side. I can't imagine Major comes out for the 7th, especially after giving up a run in this inning. Pitch count for any pitcher by this point would be getting up there, but don't want to speak too soon, I guess.
He's only thrown now 64 pitches, Nick, and Carlejo said he could go 80-plus tonight in our pregame interview that Julia Joseph conducted.
We'll try again with the 1-2 to DeLauder. Grounded right side and fair past Kellum Clark, and that's into the corner. Around second base is Keyshaw. The throw comes in, and he pulls up at third. The third double of the night for the Firebirds. This one off the bat of Chase DeLauder, and it puts runners at second and third with 2 outs in the inning.
That was a hot shot for Kellum Clark. He couldn't quite pick it off the dirt. Now a huge moment for Major with Trey Harmon coming to the plate.
It's a couple balls now that have been hit hard on the ground. One of them to the left side, McLean unable to pick it. And then Clark at first base unable to dig that one out either. Both of them scored as hits, but plays that could very well have been made. And Carlejo out of the dugout at least to talk to his pitcher, Adam Major, who has been brilliant to this point.
This is a big moment because this at-bat is the difference between a 1-0 game and potentially a 3-0 game in favor of Orleans. Carlejo knows that, and he's going to have a conversation with what has become the ace of the Wareham staff.
That run a moment ago put the Gatemen down 1-0 and was the first earned run that Major had allowed all season. He is now working through what already is the longest outing of any Gateman pitcher to this point in the season. And now trying to navigate through a bit of trouble here, but after a long talk on the mound, Carlejo makes the call to the pen. Major will step out after 5 2/3 excellent innings. He exits to a standing ovation and a new arm coming on for the Gatemen. We'll be back with more on that in a moment. 1-0 from Spillane Field.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and celery with fries and coleslaw. The 99, always the real deal. Badger Sport is a leading provider of superior quality team uniforms and performance athletic wear, including performance t-shirts, fleeces, shorts, and pants. From the fields to the stands, and at every practice along the way, Founders Sport Group makes authentic, quality apparel accessible at the speed of the sport. Visit foundersport.com today.
Baseball Factory is a company specializing in player development and college placement of high school baseball players. We care about guiding players to a college that is the perfect fit. Give us a call at 877-752-6025 to get started today.
For a nostalgic Cape Cod vacation experience, head to Bay Motor Inn, where guests are treated like family. Located in the heart of Buzzards Bay Village, this 1950s-style cottage colony still provides you with up-to-date amenities.
Back here in the top of the 6th inning, Carter Rustad takes the mound for the Gatemen after 5 2/3 innings from Adam Major. We don't have an earned run total on him yet because the runners at second and the runner at third are his responsibility. His teammate Carter Rustad charged with keeping them in place. He comes on this year after struggling a little bit earlier in the CCBL season.
Yeah, through 3 innings, he's now given up 5 runs, 2 of those earned. He had a tough time against Katuitt on Monday, where he gave up both of his earned runs in 2 innings off of 3 hits and a walk. Does have 4 strikeouts so far in the Cape League season, but see if he can get Major out of a bit of a jam here and keep his impeccable stat line intact.
The 1 earned run earlier in this game, the only blemish on that stat line for Major. Rustad comes set. He faces off against Trey Harmon. Runners at second and third as Rustad comes with a fastball for strike 1.
And congratulations in order for Rustad, recently committed to Missouri. He'll be transferring from San Diego.
And joining our very own Spencer Miles. Rustad's set. Here's the 0-1. That catches the outside corner. Rustad quickly ahead. No balls and 2 strikes.
Fastball changeup slider mix from Rustad. 2 great fastballs to start out. Harmon
choked up on the bat a little bit. Now 2 for 6 on the season is Harmon. As that's grounded to the left side. Diving stop by McLean. The throw to first. Plenty of time. Sean McLean, makes the stop. Fires to first. And I don't know where I came up with that name. But retires the side. Keeps the runners at bay. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. 1-0 in favor of Orleans.
With professional coaches that provide personalized world-class baseball training, Baseball Factory helps every player take his game to the next level. Get a pro evaluation by calling 877-752-6025.
One of the area's best restaurants is located right up the street, Brewfish Bar and Eatery. Brewfish offers 20 rotating craft beers on tap and creative pub food. Check out their off-the-menu brunch with a Bloody Mary bar and $5 mimosas on Sundays. Join us for outdoor dining and drinks under the tent or for live music. Located on Route 105 in Marion.
Cape Cod Healthcare is committed to coordinating and delivering the highest quality healthcare services which enhance the health of all Cape Cod residents and visitors. You can expect this level of patient-centered care throughout our entire healthcare system.
Imagine waking up to a seaside breeze, a fishing fleet leaving for work, and a crimson sun rising over seals relaxing on the sandbars. This is the experience of Chatham Bars Inn, Cape Cod's premier resort and spa. To learn more about Cape Cod's finest luxury hotel, resort, and spa, visit chathambarsinn.com.
Cape Cod Healthcare offers a comprehensive array of medical services delivered by top-notch teams of healthcare providers. Their physicians provide the best evidence-based and proven medicine at their state-of-the-art facilities. If you need them, they'll be there.
Nick Magas and Jack Sadighian here from Spillane Field. Bottom of the 6th inning coming your way on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Sean McLean made a beautiful play at third base a moment ago to rob Trey Harmon of a hit. Kept 2 runs off the board. And the Gatemen remain down 1-0. It'll be McLean to lead it off in this 6th inning for the Gatemen.
Yeah, Orleans finally broke the scoreless tie. It was an RBI single from Luke Keyshaw up the middle. But the top of the order coming back up for Wareham. Can they respond? Bats have been struggling, only 4 runs in the last 3 games, but with Mazur's pitching performance tonight, they need to do something.
Breaking ball misses upstairs to McLean, who's 1 for 2. Singled to lead off the game and then fouled out to first.
And a new pitcher on the mound, Jeff Pramel, right-hander at 6'5" out of Southern New Hampshire University, as McLean takes a strike to make it 1-1. Pramel a 9.52 ERA in 4 appearances. Gone 5 2/3, given up 9 hits and 2 walks with 5 strikeouts.
Running from that 3-quarter slot, delivers a big sweeping slider. Cut on and missed by McLean. He falls down, a ball and 2 strikes. Pramel working quickly, set once again, and that one's fouled off.
McLean had a base hit in the first.
Batting .500 on the Cape League season, making his first start tonight for the Gatemen, 1 for 2. Here he is with a ball and 2 strikes. That one just straight up missed by Guillemette. Looked like a close pitch, but never going to get the call when it goes to the backstop. And McLean will do it again at 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Over to make glove it is Blackwell. The throw to first in time. They say Harmon held the bag. And McLean, who put good wood on that ball, unable to come up with a hit. Ben Blackwell has had his struggles on defense for Dayton, where he plays his college ball, made 19 errors this season, but a slick play over there at shortstop to rob McLean of a hit, and Tres Gonzalez now at the dish for the Gatemen. Gonzalez squares to bunt, pops it foul.
Surprised to see that from Gonzalez, the way he's been swinging the bat to show bunt on the first pitch. Third baseman Locklear was not back either.
Gonzalez into this one hitting a few ticks under 300, but 0 for 2 on the night. Tried to bunt a moment ago, now takes a slider inside, evens the count at 1. 1-0 in favor of the Firebirds here in the bottom of the 6th. Orleans in town to take on Wareham. That one's grounded to the right side, and Harmon picks it out of the dirt and gets out number 2.
Oh, hard hit ball just right at the first baseman Harmon, and he does a nice job staying in front of it, recording the out.
Exploded off the bat, but the infield grass ate it up a little bit, and by the time it got to Harmon, just a pretty routine ground ball. So Jack Brannigan comes to the plate. The last hope for the Gatemen in this 6th inning to try and get something started. Spins out of the way of a breaking ball, 1-0. Brannigan 2 for 3 with a walk last night. 0 for 2 with a line out to right and a deep fly out to right.
2 well-hit balls.
The 1-0. Same pitch, also misses inside. Brannigan with a chance to be a hitter here. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. And after seeing 2 breaking balls, wouldn't be shocked to see him gearing up for a fastball. Pramel lets it fly. There's the fastball, and there's a base hit. Brannigan makes the turn around first. And with a 2-0 count, knows exactly what he needs to do, found his pitch and ripped it to the pull side, aboard with 2 outs for the Gatemen.
Yeah, and great job identifying that, Nick. get 2 breaking balls. Kind of has to come with the fastball 2-0. Only pitch he was confident enough to throw for a strike. Brannigan ready for it and rips it into left for a 2-out base hit.
Gateman needs something going here, and that's a big swing by Diodati. Deep to right center. It is gone. Owen Diodati with one swing of the bat gives the Gatemen the lead. The sirens are a-wailing here at Spillane Field as the Gatemen, with 2 outs in the inning, get Brannigan aboard, and then the big fly from Diodati puts them ahead 2-1.
Wow. First pitch. Diodati, his 6th of the season. He's been the man for Wareham this summer, and that might have been his biggest home run so far. No offensive production for Wareham outside of some scattered hits, but that one with 2 outs and a runner on.
Jimmy Crooks cuts and misses through a breaking ball. That's strike 1. Crooks walked in his last trip, still looking for a hit. He's gone hitless through his last 12 at-bats. Another sweeping slider. Crooks offers, comes up empty. It's 0-2. And Diodati, for much as we've talked about Tres Gonzalez and Jack Brannigan being the hot bats for the Gatemen, he has just continued, with the average dropping even a little bit, just continued to be the one positive takeaway from the Gatemen offense. The solo home run against Cotuit was their only run in those 2 Cotuit games as Crooks goes down on strikes, but then the home run there gave them the lead. It was a 2-run shot after 2 strikeouts earlier in the game, and Owen Diodati continues to be Mr. Reliable for the Gatemen. They go back up, and we'll go to the 7th. Stay with us on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Clobbered high and deep to right center field, and this one is gone. A home run.
That home run's brought to you by Eastern Propane and Oil. Another scholarship for a deserving youth. Eastern Propane and Oil, we're in your neighborhood.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in sport and recreational management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science online at www.currycollege.edu. Whether you are recently retired or still working, Fairway Financial can help you create clearly defined retirement income strategies to help protect your wealth, create guaranteed income for life, and provide a legacy for your family. We are committed to earning your trust by thoroughly understanding your goals and dreams and helping you gain greater financial confidence. To learn more, visit Fairway Financial in South Yarmouth or go to fairwayfinancial.net.
Carter Rustad back on the mound for the Gatemen, who took a 2-1 lead just a moment ago on a 2-run blast off the bat of Owen Diodati. And after going down in the top of the 6th, they take it right back in the bottom of the inning. Here we are for the 7th on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Rustad will have Locklear, Marcano, and Guillemette. The Orleans Firebirds coming to the plate.
Diodati with arguably his biggest home run of the season. He's now tied for the lead with Lyle Miller Green out of Chatham, who hit a grand slam against Wareham, and Chase DeLauder of Orleans.
DeLauder batted last inning for Orleans. Now Locklear at the plate with 4 home runs on the season of his own. Came off a big year at VCU, hit .345, 16 home runs. That set the freshman record at VCU, those 16 home runs. As Rustad missed with the first pitch. Now that one goes right back up the middle, past the diving Tommy Troy. And Locklear is aboard to lead off the inning.
Some updates around the Cape. Katuitt hanging on against Chatham at Lowell Park. They win 7-6. And Bourne defeating YD 8-5.
What else is new?
Bourne just keeps winning. Falmouth, though, losing to Brewster today, 8-3.
Gatemen tied in the standings with Brewster at the moment. If they can pick up a point here, they'll move back ahead of Falmouth. Excuse me, that's Falmouth.
Yep.
So I misspoke. As it's a breaking ball that got away from Carter Rustad and hits Marcano. Marcano with his first plate appearance. It won't go down as an at-bat after he came into the game for Jared McKenzie. McKenzie involved with that in that collision with Jack Bulger. Both of those guys came out of the game. And Marcano now at first after the hit by pitch. Not a great start to the inning for Rustad, and Carl Alejo, the pitching coach, seems to have heard me. He heads out of the dugout, and they'll meet on the mound in a bit of trouble here in the top of the 7th.
And this is what happened with Rustad against Katuitt. On Monday, he just kind of lost control of the zone a little bit.
Came on with 2 outs in the 6th, and a hard hit ball off the bat of Harmon. With 2 runners on base, probably would have scored both. Sean McLean over there at third base bails out his pitcher, makes a nice play to retire the side. But Rustad not so clean in his first 3 batters. Now a hard hit ground out, a single, and a hit by pitch puts 2 aboard with nobody out in the 7th.
And Carlejo knows this is a big moment because you just retook the lead with your first real offense of the game from Owen Diodati in the bottom of the 6th. You don't want to give that momentum right back to the Firebirds.
For a moment there, I was worried that Adam Major, who was so good through 5 2/3, was going to get the loss in this game. That won't be the case anymore, but Rustad needs to try and protect this lead for the Gatemen. Guillemette squares to bunt, and the throw goes into center field. Jimmy Crooks trying to throw behind the runner, and now everybody will try and move up, and they will successfully. It was strike 1 on Guillemette, who offered it. That pitch came up empty, but more importantly, Jimmy Crooks with a rare error behind the plate puts 2 runners in scoring position with an errant throw.
And that was sort of an ill-advised throw, too. Didn't really have a good beat on Locklear at second. Air-mailed it. And now Guillemette doesn't have to think about bunting. He can just try and hit.
Double play is not a factor.
Wareham's infield coming up to the grass.
That's strike 2 on Guillemette. Rustad actually, our scoreboard says the count's 1-1. I thought Guillemette offered at that first pitch. As Rustad set. And that's grounded to the right side and through. Into right field, Kern up and throwing, and the runner stays at third. 1 run in to score. That was Locklear, and now Marcano pulls up at third base. It puts runners on the corners and ties the ball game at 2.
Well, that might have been 2 runs for Orleans. But Julio Marcano fell down routing third and had to return back to the bag. But an RBI single from Guillemette now ties the game, and there's still nobody out with runners on the corners in the 7th.
Gatemen will play up at the corners, double play depth for Troy and Jarvis at second and short respectively. Crooks out from behind the plate to give the first and third signs, and Blackwell the 9-hitter at the dish. Outfield playing him straight up, spread out. 2-2 is the score. That's blocked by Crooks. The runner will take second. Marcano at third will hold.
Yeah, Rustad just buried that pitch. Crooks is best to stay in front of it.
So Blackwell digs back in. 1-0 is the count. Runners on second and third, still nobody out. Top of this 7th inning. And there's strike one. Rustad set. And the 1-1 wave and a miss. Blackwell into this one hitting 194. He's 0 for 2 on the evening.
Well, if there's a batter for Rustad to get himself back into this outing, this is the one.
He has 2 RBI on the season, a chance to double that total here with runners at second and third. That one's lifted to the right side, well out of play.
Rustad seeming to settle down a little bit. He's starting to throw strikes again, which is a good sign. Blackwell does a good job fighting that pitch off.
Tres Gonzalez fairly shallow in center field. As Rustad delivers the 1-2. Called strike 3. Fastball grabbed the outside corner. Blackwell is retired, and that's the first out of the 7th.
And a big one, too. Nice pitch. That's been his go-to so far, a fastball in the high outside corner, and he's able to ring up Blackwell. Still work to do, though, with 2 runners in position and only 1 out. Trying to preserve a tie here in the 7th.
Chatinier singled and scored a run in the 6th. Now leans out of the way of a breaking ball from Rustad.
Chatinier struck out his first 2 times up, but then a single and a run in the 6th, the first run of the game. The bats have come to life for Orleans in the last couple innings.
Owen Diodati single-handedly keeping the Gatemen close in this one. There's strike 2 to Chatinier. I shouldn't say single-handedly. Major, a lot of credit to him for keeping this one close as well. 5 2/3 innings pitched. Just allowed 1 earned run. That was in the 6th. One's come home already in the 7th for Orleans. 2 threatening to score with Chatinier in the box. Checks it up, and that's a nice breaking ball from Chatinier. Or check that from Rustad. Chatinier thought about taking a cut and then just stopped about halfway through the zone, said, no way.
Looked like the curveball from Rustad's hit on a couple of those.
A ball and 2 strikes. The pitch fouled off.
Well, that was a good decision by Rustad. He went with his strikeout pitch, the fastball to the high outside corner. But Chatinier was ready for it, fouled it back. He's hit on 2 curveballs in this at-bat. I might try that pitch again.
He has a couple balls to spare. 1 and 2 with 1 out, runners at second and third. The pitch grounded to the left side. Jarvis will take it, checks home, the run scores, and goes to first. Now the throw back to third, and it gets away from McLean. McLean plays it off the backstop. The runner will stay there, and that is a wild play. No, now they're going to award him home plate. They're going to say that ball hit out of play. And they give Garrett Gillum at home. So Jarvis went to first, got the out. And then an ill-advised throw from Kellum Clark at first base. Tried to go to third, skipped it into McLean, who couldn't make the pick, and that brings home another run.
Just self-inflicted damage. You had Crooks advance 2 runners on the wild throw to second, and now Clark, really just an ill-advised throw over to third. There's not a lot of good that can come out of that.
So Chatinier will get credit for an RBI on the ground out, and then another run will score on the error. It is now a 4-2 lead for Orleans, and the bases are empty. Corey Acton fouled off the first pitch he saw from Rustad.
That's got to be frustrating for Wareham. You finally take the lead in the bottom of the 6th and give it right back with the crooked number in the 7th, now down 2 runs.
Pitchers, we'll talk about shutdown innings. That pitch misses low. When your team scores runs, so important as a pitcher, not just to not give up runs, but to not give up runs when your team retakes a lead or even puts up any runs on the board. You don't want to come out and give a couple, even one or two right back. That one misses low to Acton as well. Shutdown inning would have been nice for the Gatemen here in the top of the 7th after the 2-run homer from Diodati. But as you said, Jack, it's putting runners on base combined with self-inflicted wounds, and they're back down 4-2. Acton thought about it, takes strike 2. He doubled twice in his first 2 at-bats, struck out in the 6th, and is facing Rustad for the first time. A 2-2 count with 2 outs. The pitch misses inside. Crooks thought he had it, but I was right the first time. It missed inside.
That was well inside. Tough sell for Crooks.
Three and two. Rustad out of the windup, and it misses low. It's another runner on base for the Firebirds.
Struggle continues for Rustad.
And George Carlejo's seen enough. He'll stride out of the dugout. We'll give you the call to the pen in a moment. Back on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
After the game, visit El Mariachi on Main Street for the best Mexican food in Wareham. The cantina provides a delicious late-night snack accompanied by fun cocktails.
Got legal trouble? Attorney Mark Deshays is here to help the greater New Bedford area with real estate and business law, estate planning, and probate. Visit him today.
The AD Makepeace Company also owns and operates Reed Custom Soils, the area's leading manufacturer of custom soils, including CU structural soil and Rooflight certified green roof media. Reed Custom Soils is also a manufacturer and distributor of baseball infield mix and conditioners. To learn more, visit admakepeace.com or reedcustomsoils.com.
Got legal trouble? Attorney Mark Deshays is here to help the
Legacy Insurance Agency at 213 Main Street here in Wareham can offer you coverage for all your insurance needs. We have the bundle discounts, the accident forgiveness, the vanishing deductible, no loss, etc. But unlike those gimmick companies, we can quote you with multiple carriers. So forget the lizard and price tool and come talk to a professional. We'll help you find what's right for you.
Well, the bright side, our favorite guy is back on the mound, Jack. Hunter Skilperort, the lefty, in the game for the Gatemen. They're down 4-2 in the top of the 7th inning. And Luke Keyshaw coming to the dish for Orleans. 2 outs in the inning after Carter Rustad struggled, got through just 1.
It was another tough outing for Rustad. Gives up 3 runs, only 1 of those earned. But now Skilport trying to get the final out here in the 7th. Nobody on base. Already 3 runs in the inning for Orleans. He's only given up 1 run in 8 2/3. Has a nice fastball and curveball. And he struck out 9 in those 8 2/3.
Well, Skilport has 4 pitches: fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. The changeup is the work in progress. The curveball is what he likes to go to when he's ahead in the count. Keyshaw at the plate, DeLauder on deck if we get there. Corey Acton walked a moment ago, and now he takes off for second base. Crooks up and throwing down to second. Safe is the call. Jim Jarvis did a nice job to pick it out of the dirt, but couldn't get the tag down in time. Meanwhile, the pitch on Keyshaw called a strike.
Yeah, that throw was just a little bit off, and Jarvis had to try and apply the tag just a tad late on Acton.
Acton with a nifty slide to the backside of the bag, just out of the reach of Jim Jarvis. Skilperort set, focusing on the batter, misses outside with a breaking ball. Count evens at 1. Runner on second base for Orleans. They have a 4-2 lead with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. That one ripped to the right side, through for a base hit. The runner coming around third. The throw from Kern will be cut off, goes to second, and now it's into left field. Keyshaw digging for third. After the base hit, he advances on 2 throws, and yet another run comes home for the Firebirds.
Wow. Base hit into right field. Easy chance for Acton to score, and he does. But then Wareham had Keyshaw at second. Clark cut off the throw to the plate. Should have been an easy play, and he just missed the throw to the bag. The struggles continue for Wareham. And it's now 5-2.
Fastball misses upstairs from Hunter Skilperort on a ball that might not have even been a base hit had the defense been positioned normally. It was a hard ground ball, but right at where Troy would normally be playing at second base. And now DeLauder at the dish. Count is 2-0 on Christian DeLauder. Keyshaw singled a moment ago. Now he stands at third, 90 feet away in a 5-2 game. The throw to third from Crooks. Never a chance. Keyshaw had a good beat on it. DeLauder ahead in the count, 2-1. Chase DeLauder into this one, hitting .313. He's 1 for 3 with a double on the evening, facing Skilperort for the first time. That one hard hit. Picked by Troy on a hop, and the throw to first. That's the break the Gatemen needed, but too little too late. It's stretch time here at Spillane Field, and some work to do for the offense. We'll be back.
The law firm of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard, providing families and businesses in the greater New Bedford community with legal services for 40 years. We look forward to serving you. For an appointment, call 508-992-1270. We invite you to learn more about the law firm of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard by visiting our website, lxblaw.com.
Legacy Insurance Agency at 213.
Feel the power of a GMC. Test drive one today at Robertson's GMC, down on Cranberry Highway.
We head to the last of the 7th. Orleans leading 5-2 after 4 runs in the top half of the inning off of 3 hits and 3 Gatemen errors. Jack Sadighian alongside Nick Magas, and just a frustrating top of the 7th, to say the least, Nick.
Well, you needed a shutdown inning, and the Gatemen came out and gave up 4 runs. But they had a good inning last inning offensively, thanks to Owen Diodati, and still 3 chances to pull this one back to even, or maybe even take the lead as Troy leads it off, squares to bunt.
Took the pitch inside. Troy is 1 for 2 with a double in the second. And the 1-0 is in for a strike. All 7 runs have come in the last 3 frames. Firebirds are running the 6th, 4 in the 7th. Gatemen with 2 off a home run from Diodati in the 6th. That pitch fouled off, and it's now a ball and 2 strikes to Tommy Troy.
Well, we burned through the first 5 innings, and I'm glad I didn't say anything because after 6 and 7, this one feels like it's slowed to a halt. 7 combined runs in the 6th and the top half of the 7th.
That one grounded to the left side. Picked up by Locklear. His throw to first is just in time. Some groans from the crowd who thought Troy might have beaten that out.
Well, credit to Tommy Troy. After all the life was sucked out of the Gateman dugout, comes out of the box hustling on that one and made the play close. I'm not sure that he was safe, but busting it down the line and making a routine ground ball to third base a lot closer than it could have been and should have been.
Made Locklear work for the 5-3 putout. 1 away, nobody on for Kellum Clark. A 3-run lead for the Firebirds in the last of the 7th. First pitch to Clark is hammered back to left field. Keyshaw backing up at the wall, and that's down. Clark glides into second with a 1-out double.
Well, it was a throwing error by Clark that brought home a run last inning, and trying to make up for it here is the man out of Mississippi State. 0 for 2 to that point, but putting a charge into a ball the other way, and he's aboard with a 1-out double.
That one hit off the wall in left field. 1 out and a runner on second for Cade Kern. 5-2 Orleans lead. Wareham needs offense here in the last of the 7th. Got some offense in the last inning from Owen Diodati, a 2-run homer. Pramel working from the belt. His first pitch to Kern, check swing. He did not go. So 1 ball and no strikes to the Ohio State right fielder.
Kern hitting just under 180, but coming off a good year at Ohio State, his freshman year where he hit .325. That was tied for 9th in the Big Ten.
That pitch cut on and missed. Now 1-1 to Kern. Pramel gave up 2 runs in his only inning of work so far tonight, as that pitch misses low and outside, and it's 2-1 to Kern. Gatemen on a 3-game losing streak. Orleans has lost 3 of the last 4. 2 teams that need a win, and Orleans up by 3 right now. That pitch outside, 3-1.
Well, it's a breaking ball that missed outside, and for the second time in a couple innings, a Gateman in a clear fastball count.
Got the fastball, swung and missed. Full count now.
Well, Kern was geared up for that fastball. Unfortunately for him, it was out of the zone. And I think he was thinking, if it's a fastball, I'm swinging. Unfortunately, not a good pitch to hit, and the count goes full.
Clark a couple steps off second. Payoff pitch for Kern is chopped to the left side. It's rounded off by Blackwell. His throw to first gets past the bag. Clark heading home. He will score. Kern to second, and it's a 5-3 game. Wareham gets a break, and they cut it to 2 runs in the last of the 7th.
The throw got away from the shortstop. Ben Blackwell had a little trouble coming up with it, delivered low to Trey Harmon, and if you're Harmon, you just need to get down on a knee and get in front of that ball. If he had done that, probably wouldn't have gotten the out, but it would have kept Kellum Clark at third base. Instead, the throw gets away, Clark comes home, and just like that, Kern in scoring position.
Waiting to see how it's scored.
I could see this one going either way.
First pitch to Jim Jarvis is lifted to right field. Marcano coming up for it, makes the catch. Kern will hold at second. 2 away now. 5-3 Orleans lead. in the bottom of the 7th. Still waiting for word on the current play and how it will be scored. Meanwhile, Kelly Nicholson, the manager for Orleans in his 16th season, heading to the mound. And he's going to make a call to the pen. 5-3 game. Wareham has the tying run at the plate in the bottom of the 7th. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Beat the heat and join us at Waterways, a water experience unlike any other this side of the bridge. Open daily, head over to the water park on Route 28, the Cranberry Highway.
The Gatemen would like to thank Wareham Country Market for helping to feed the Gatemen players and staff after games. They are located about a quarter of a mile from the field on Route 6, offering a convenience store, a Dunkin' Donuts, and a deli.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings to boats. Village Signs has proudly served southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs.
That double play is brought to you by TM Ryder Insurance Agency. Package your home and auto insurance for the perfect double play.
Wherever you call home, from Boston to the South Shore to the South Coast to the Cape and Islands, Rogers Gray has you covered for all of your coastal homeowners insurance needs. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
The Gateway Tavern, located on Marion Road in Wareham, offers an extensive but not exhaustive array of menu choices. They search for the finest in foods, ranging from garden-fresh produce to hand-selected seafood, and have special menus that change daily. The Gateway Tavern is proud to be the official helmet of the Wareham Gatemen.
Catchers aren't the only ones protecting home. With Rogers Gray, you have more coastal homeowners insurance options and a true expertise in their people. Protect your home with Rogers Gray. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor.
Pitching change in the bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, and the tying run coming to the plate for Wareham is Sean McLean. Cade Kern on second base, and the new pitcher is Jack Philby out of UCLA.
Well, we've seen Philby once before. That was right here at home when he pitched an inning and a third, gave up a couple runs. So Gateman been able to solve him once before. We'll see if they can do it again, down 2 runs in this inning.
First pitch to McLean is in the dirt for ball 1. Gatemen have gotten 1 in this frame off an RBI single from Cade Kern. As that one shot up the middle, it'll get into center field. Kern rounding third, he will score. 5-4 game.
And just like that, we have a ball game. Mentioned Philby's struggles against the Gatemen, and they continue. This time it's a new Gateman. Sean McLean going right back up the middle with a ground ball. It gets through for a hit, and it is 5-4.
Here we go, Nick. Tying run on first. Tres Gonzalez coming to the plate. It was 2 away in the last of the 7th.
It was Cade Kern that scored the run, and we should note that it was a single, officially scored a single that put him on base.
First pitch to Gonzalez is upstairs. Gonzalez 0 for 3 tonight. This game was scoreless through 5 innings, now 5-4 in the bottom of the 7th. That pitch high and outside, now 2-0 to Gonzalez.
Philby out of Sacramento, California, has been with Orleans since the start of this season. Gone 9 2/3 innings across 6 games before he entered this one.
Bats
with a 9.31 ERA. Excuse me, Jack.
Bats have come alive in the last 2 innings, Nick, as a 2-0 is a fastball for a strike on the outer half. Both of these teams desperate for a win, and they're showing it.
Well, you love the fight. Orleans into this one in 4th in the East Division. The Gatemen battling it out for 2nd place in the West.
2-1, high and outside. Orleans scored first in the top of the 6th, then a 2-run homer to right center from Owen Diodati gave the Gatemen the lead. It was 2-1 entering the 7th. Orleans with 4 runs off of 3 hits and 3 errors in the top of the inning. Now the Gatemen with 2 runs in the bottom half of the 7th. And the 3-1 pitch to Gonzalez is in for a strike.
Gonzalez was ready to take first base, but that fills up the count at 3-2. Tress 0 for 3 tonight so far.
Big pitch coming here for Tress Gonzalez. McLean, the lone base runner, on first. That's the tying run for Wareham at the moment. Payoff pitch on the way, and it missed inside.
No harm, no foul. Tress aboard anyway, and that's the 2nd runner on base for the Gatemen.
Now 2 on with 2 outs. And a mound visit coming for Philby.
Well, I can see why. Came into the game, gave up a base hit, and then a walk. And in an attempt to relieve Jeff Pramel from some struggles earlier in the inning, Jack Philby has come on and just compounded the problem. And perhaps the most dangerous hitter in the Gatemen lineup coming to the plate, at least as of late. Jack Brannigan 1 for 3 on the night with a base hit. He's hit the ball hard all 3 times.
Yeah, finally got rewarded in the 6th with this first base knock to left field. Comes up with 2 on, 2 outs, and the Gatemen trailing by 1 in the bottom of the 7th. This game exploded in the last 2 innings. Philby a look at second. Now his first pitch to Brannigan gets to the backstop. Both runners advance. Now 2 in scoring position for Wareham.
Well, the Gatemen were on the wrong end of a play like that. Actually, 2 consecutive plays like that a night ago. It was 2 wild pitches from Christian Rubeck that put runners on 2nd and 3rd and then ultimately scored a run that tied the game. And this time, Philby pulls one to the glove side, goes all the way to the backstop, and the Gatemen now with 2 runners in scoring position.
And they wouldn't be upset if he did that again. Kelly Nicholson heading to the mound, though.
And that's a quick call to the pen. He already made the motion, and not sure why they're sending him back to the dugout. The field ump is send it back to the dugout, and I believe that's because they've made too many mound visits in this game.
The third base umpire, Joe Caraco, just sent Kelly Nicholson back to the dugout because they visited the mound 1 too many times.
What I don't know is does that mean you can't change pitchers?
I believe they have to wait for him to finish the plate appearance with Brannigan.
So Snedden out of the dugout. He wants clarification, and I wish he could tell us because I do too. And now the umpires will meet. I feel like this is a very, I don't know. Can we really just not let them?
Well, let's see what we come up with here.
Can we just not let them talk about it? I'm not opposed to mound visits. If you want to talk it over after struggles, talk it over after struggles. You can talk about this all you want with the umpiring crew, but at the end of the day, I don't know what.
Well, they've already visited the mound twice in this inning.
So I don't know what they decided. The umpires all head back to their positions, and everything was as it was before. Nicholson's back in the dugout, and Philby, I guess, will have to keep throwing.
He'll have to finish this plate appearance with Jack Brannigan. Kelly Nicholson wanted to make a change, but forced to keep Jack Philby on the mound.
This could be interesting.
2 in scoring position with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. The 1-0 to Brannigan is a breaking ball for a strike.
Well, good for Philby after all that, coming back and throwing a nice breaking ball, getting it over the plate, just a get-me-over pitch. But Brannigan, who sat on a fastball last time, wasn't ready for that one.
McLean on third is the tying run. Gonzalez on second, the leading run. Here's the 1-1. Skied into the air. In foul territory on the left side. That will get out of play. Gatemen already with 2 runs in this inning. All 9 runs in this game have been in the last 4 frames. Once Hayden Thomas for Orleans and Adam Major for Wareham left the game, the bats exploded. 1-2 pitch, missed inside.
That was a breaking ball that probably should have hit Brannigan if he didn't turn out of the way, and I'll admit, I was praying for that one to catch him on the sleeve or something. Sends the count to 2-2, though, and Brannigan, who was in a hole a moment ago, trying to work his way back.
He's been looking fastball this whole at-bat. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Philby gets out of trouble. The Gatemen do get 2 off of 3 hits, but leave 2 in scoring position. 1-run Orleans lead as we head to the 8th.
Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
The 99 Restaurant and Pub is proud to be a sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Visit your local 99 and try their famous colossal lobster rolls. Piled high on grilled brioche and served hot buttered or with just the right amount of mayo and salt. Badger Sport is a leading provider of superior quality team uniforms and performance athletic wear, including performance t-shirts, fleeces, shorts, and pants. From the fields to the stands and at every practice along the way, Founders Sport Group makes authentic, quality apparel accessible at the speed of the sport. Visit foundersport.com today.
Baseball Factory is a company specializing in player development and college placement of high school baseball players. We care about guiding players to a college that is the perfect fit. Give us a call at 877-752-6025 to get started today.
Orleans in front, 5-4. We head to the 8th. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas. We've seen a little bit of everything in this game, Nick, in all of it in the last 2 innings.
That is right, at least offensively in the last 2 innings. But we should talk about these 2 pitchers, and we will touch on them more pregame. But Major was awesome through 5 2/3, gave up just 1 run. Hayden Thomas, in his own right, threw 5. He didn't allow a run, and as you said now, the offense, the defense falling apart, the offense picking it up all in the last couple innings. And before we get this inning started, Snedden out of the dugout to talk to the home plate umpire about something I don't know. Dan Henry and Don Snedden over in foul territory on the first base side, and Snedden appears to be pretty upset. Can you think of anything, Jack? I mean, the only situation we had was the potential mound visit, the non-mound visit that occurred last inning. But if anything, Nicholson would be the one pretty upset about that.
No way to know.
We'll ask him pregame tomorrow. I'm sure he'd love to tell us.
Orleans with the run in the 6th, 4 in the 7th. Wareham with 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th. That adds up to Orleans being ahead by 1 in the 8th. Trey Harmon leading off the inning, and the first pitch from Hunter Skillport is a fastball outside. This game has been anything but normal, Nick. That pitch to Harmon, cut on and missed.
Well, that it has, Jack, and we didn't get a chance to talk about Hunter Skillport, who came in just to get the last out of the 7th inning, on with a 1.04 ERA.
Now the 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Harmon 0 for 3 tonight.
This is the 6th appearance on the season for Skillport, all out of the bullpen. Coming into this one, 8 2/3 innings pitched, just 1 earned run allowed on the season.
The 1-2, driven into right field, that's down. Harmon's going to round first and head for second. Long throw, and the tag got him. Cade Kern with an absolute laser from right field. Jarvis applies the tag and takes away a double from Trey Harmon.
Well, I don't know what part of that play was better, an absolute rocket from the corner from Cade Kern and right, or the no-look tag from Jim Jarvis after picking up a short hop. Both ends of that play were spectacular, and Trey Harmon had no idea that he was about to get shot down trying to take second. Didn't even slide. Jarvis got the pickup, slapped the tag down behind his back. And that's a break for Hunter Skillport.
Tyler Locklear at the plate now takes a strike. Defensive change. Angelo Despina in at first for Kellum Clark. But that was a base hit and a 7-6 putout at second base for Trey Harmon. That pitch fouled away. Now 0-2 to Locklear. 9-6 putout, excuse me.
Harmon does get a hit, though. That was his first of the night.
Can have all the hits he wants. We'll take the out.
Yes, he can.
0-2. Fouled back. So 1 out, nobody on in the top of the 8th. Orleans up by 1. And Tyler Locklear at the plate. He's 2 for 3 tonight with a couple base hits. Also scored a run in the 7th. That was a 4-run 7th for Orleans. And right when you thought Wareham was out of the game, they get 2 in the bottom half of the inning to make it a 1-run game again. 0-2 pitch is a breaking ball in the dirt.
We talked about Locklear's freshman record for home runs at VCU, but he had a sneaky good year around the country. He was a third-team All-American. Led the conference in runs, RBI, slugging percentage, and on-base percentage.
The 1-2 pitch is a chopper to the left side. McLean has it. Long throw to first. That gets past Despina. Crooks backing him up. Locklear safe.
And Sean McLean, normally a very sure-handed infielder, you just knew he was going to have trouble with that one. Picked it up. It was going to be a long throw from third, and he took an extra pump, I think trying to get a grip on that baseball. And when he finally did, just really no chance to get the runner. It was already a long throw. He had held it a beat too long, and Despina wasn't able to dig it out.
Wait for official word on the scoring of that. Locklear aboard at first with 1 out in the top of the 8th. 5-4 Orleans lead. And Julio Marcano to the plate. Tries to bunt on the first pitch and misses for strike 1.
While we wait for official word on that, we also know that a couple innings ago, Cade Kern's ground ball will be scored as an error after it was originally scored as a hit. So we flip-flopped on that a couple times. We apologize.
That pitch is a breaking ball for a strike. Quickly 0-2 to Marcano. He replaced Jared McKenzie after he collided with Jack Bolger on a fly ball to left. Both of them left the game. And Marcano was hit his first time up tonight. Skillport staring down first. Now the 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3. 2 away now in the top of the 8th.
Well, Skilport 0-2, not messing around, just rears back and paints a fastball on the outside corner. Marcano down on strikes.
And the Locklear play was ruled a base hit. He's a lone base runner on first with 2 away in the top of the 8th. First pitch to Garrett Gilmet. We'll have to wait for it. Pickoff move to first. They've got Locklear in a rundown. He's tagged out at second. A 1-3-6 put out. And despite 2 base hits, it's a 1-2-3 inning for Hunter Skilport. Can't say that often. Orleans up by 1 as we head to the last of the 8th.
Clobbered high and deep to right center field, and this one is gone. A home run.
That home run's brought to you by Eastern Propane and Oil. Another scholarship for a deserving youth. Eastern Propane and Oil, we're in your neighborhood.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, including new majors in sport and recreational management, graphic design, marketing, and computer science, online at www.currycollege.edu. Whether you are recently retired or still working, Fairway Financial can help you create clearly defined retirement income strategies to help protect your wealth, create guaranteed income for life, and provide a legacy for your family. We are committed to earning your trust by thoroughly understanding your goals and dreams and helping you gain greater financial confidence. To learn more, visit Fairway Financial in South Yarmouth or go to fairwayfinancial.net.
Curry College is where you go to become anything you want. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers with learning beyond the classroom. Explore undergraduate programs, NCAA Division III athletics, and continuing education and graduate studies, including fifth-year master's programs at www.curry.edu.
Five-4 Firebirds lead as we head to the last of the 8th. Jack Sadighian, Nick Magas, and a pitching change for Orleans. Their 4th pitcher on the mound tonight is Nick Wallerstead, the right-hander out of Arizona State.
Wallerstedt, an ERA you need a microscope to see, 1.08 across 8 2/3 pitched here on the Cape League. He's been better than good for Orleans to this point as they throw the ball around the infield, and we get set for the bottom of the 8th. The Gatemen need at least one. At least one.
Kelly Nicholson knows how bad Orleans needs this game and puts one of his best relievers on the mound. Orleans has lost 3 of the last 4. Wareham on their own 3-game skid. Both these teams just need a win. It'll be Owen Diodati, Jimmy Crooks, and Tommy Troy, the 4, 5, 6 hitters. First pitch to Diodati is cut on and missed.
Well, Brannigan struck out with runners at second and third last inning, and I was dying for him, A, to drive those runs home, but at least find a way on base to bring up Diodati with the bases loaded. But he went down on strikes, and Jack Brannigan, who's had a pretty good night to this point, just unable to get the job done in that situation. Diodati has to lead off the 8th.
That pitch missed high and outside. Now 1-1 to Diodati. And now a pitch low. So 2-1. Diodati 1 for 3 with the 2-run homer in the 6th. Started the scoring for Wareham. They got 2 more in the 7th. 2-1 pitch, check swing. Diodati went around. Two-two pitch. Grounded, right side, awkward hop, and it gets past the second baseman, Chatnier. Diodati heading for second, and he's there safely.
Wow. Diodati put that ball on the ground. It took a weird hop, as you said, Jack. Rolled into right field, and how about Diodati not stopping, turning on the jets, moving around first base, and on a ball that stopped short of the right fielder, Marcano. Chugs around first, gets to second. And that is one of the most unusual tentative doubles you've ever seen. I could say a tentative double because it hasn't been officially scored yet. I don't know if you can give Chatagnier an error just given the hop that the ball took, but either way, Diodati's aboard to start the inning and in scoring position nonetheless.
That's the tying run at second. Nobody out. And Jimmy Crooks to the plate. First pitch to him is cut on and missed.
Crooks walked in the fourth, but still looking for a hit in each of his last 13 at-bats. He's been put out.
And that was ruled a double for Diodati. Don't think you can really score it any other way.
That's trouble.
That pitch grounded to the left side. Diodati heading for third. He's tagged out. 6-5 put out at third. And so it was a nice hop and a double for Diodati, now negated on the 6-5 fielder's choice. Crooks the lone base runner at first.
Well, Diodati followed up an excellent base running play with a brutal base running play. That was a ball to the left side hit in front of him. He can see the ball the whole way. He knows it's in front of him, and they tell you when you're running from second, never try and take third on a ball that's hit to your right as a base runner. And in that situation, Diodati just never a chance to take third.
Tommy Troy to the plate now. First pitch to him is low for ball one. Base running woes have been a problem for Wareham this summer, and rearing their ugly head again in the last of the eighth. The 1-0 to Troy is high and outside. Orleans clinging to a one-run lead with a runner on first and one out in the last of the eighth. Troy is 1 for 3 tonight with a double in the second. 2-0 pitch. A strike on the outer half.
Troy doing a little dance in the box. He didn't like it.
It was close. Crooks a few steps off first. The 2-1 is grounded up the middle. That'll get through. Crooks rounding second. He's heading for third. Long throw. Crooks gets down, and they got him.
Oh, my
Just tag Crooks out at third. Troy to second in the commotion. But now two Gatemen runners have been tagged out at the third base bag in the bottom of the eighth.
Well, that one you just have to give credit to the Orleans outfield. That is a beautiful throw to peg Jimmy Crooks, trying to stretch a base hit going first to third. And as you said, the second runner cut down trying to go to third in this inning.
Gatemen are going to get a pinch hit for Kellum Clark. It's his Mississippi State teammate, Cameron James.
Despina came in defensively for Clark. And now James will come to the plate.
Troy's a tying run on second. 2 away in the last of the eighth. And the first pitch to James misses outside. James 0 for 11 so far this summer. Now would be a great time for his first Cape League hit.
Yes, it would.
What a game, Nick. The 1-0 misses low.
And we'll get an answer to this next inning, but it does beg the question with James in the box for Despina, who plays first base for the Gatemen. Both guys we've seen at first base play every inning at first base for the Gatemen have already come in and now come out of this game.
We'll find out. Troy, a huge lead off second. The 2-0 pitch fouled back. Cameron James pinch hitting with the tying run on second in the last of the eighth. Both outs in this inning have come on tags at third base. Here's the 2-1. Just outside, now a late strike call.
Draws the ire of the fans all over here at Spillane Field.
He waited till the last second to give that strike call.
You could hear it on the third base side. Right as the pitch hit the mitt, the third base side was up in arms and then quickly quieted down with the first base side making some noise after it was called a strike.
Some moans and groans here at Spillane Field. 2-2. Hit high into the air. That'll stay in the infield on the left side. The shortstop Blackwell calling everybody off and making the catch. Wareham no runs off 2 hits. They leave one stranded in the 8th. And Orleans leads by 1 as we head to the 9th on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Wareham House of Pizza has been serving Wareham and Marion for over 40 years with steak and cheese, pizza, and subs. Located in Shaw's Plaza, head on over for pickup or let them deliver to you.
Feel the power of a GMC. Test drive one today at Robertson's GMC, down on Cranberry Highway.
The Wareham Gatemen would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship. Franklin is proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. This summer, all 10 teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. To create your own, visit franklinsports.com/custom. Enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. From the Cape to the majors, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin.
Serving southeastern Massachusetts and Rhode Island, Office Technology Group has been the area's source for advanced digital multifunctional copiers since 2009. Call Office Technology Group at 508-858-5825.
What's up, Gatemen fans? Looking for Wareham jerseys, shirts, and hats? You can find all of that and more online at gatemen.org.
Ninth inning here from Spillane Field. Nick Magas and Jack Sadighian are here with you on the Gatemen Baseball Network. 5-4 lead for the Orleans Firebirds in town for the second time this season, the third time these two teams have met. The Gatemen have the best of Orleans in the first 2, but down a run here. It's 5-4, and Orleans at the plate. Guillemette takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Hunter Skilport back on the mound for Wareham.
Well, Nick, this has been a wild game the last 3 innings. I don't even know where to start, but Wareham's got to keep this out a 1-run game.
If you're just joining us, we can't help you. That one's cut on and missed. Skilport evens the count at 1.
All you need to know is that Orleans is up by 1, and Wareham needs a shutdown inning, followed by a walk-off in the 9th. Sounds pretty easy, right?
Yeah, it does. 5-4 game. The Gatemen threatened last inning. As that one's driven into the right center gap, it'll get down for a hit, and that should be extra bases for Guillemette. Now he slipped around first, and Guillemette clutching the first base bag. He had second standing up, but he went down in a heap, and he looks to be just fine. Once again, the Gatemen catch a break, and that's a long single from Garrett Guillemette.
And that's what's been a little bit frustrating about this game is Wareham's caught quite a few breaks.
And they've had their chances.
But they've made mistakes that have helped Orleans.
And I believe Guillemette, going back to slipped around third earlier in the game and didn't score on a base hit. So that's now his second time going down on the base paths. The first time it cost them a run for the time being. He eventually did come home to score. And now Blackwell, the 9-hitter, squares around. Crooks goes to first and not in time.
How about the defensive change at first, Nick?
Oh, we should have said this before. Handy Morales in the game at first base. Started at third base for Miami this year. I am not sure if he's ever played first before, but Crooks tries to go up and throw. This time he doesn't let it fly. And Blackwell has pulled back twice, now ahead in the count 2-0. Skilperort out of the stretch with a runner at first. Kicks and fires, and that's bunted foul. Guillemette with a long single a moment ago. It was in the gap in right center. He tripped around first. That's where he stands, the leadoff man aboard, with nobody out and a 2-1 count on Ben Blackwell. 5-4 lead for Orleans. Still clear evening here in Wareham. Blackwell scoots up in the box and squares around, bunts it foul again.
Well, now the bunt is off the table.
Or is it? I've seen guys try. It's rarely a good idea.
It's only happened once against Wareham. It was on the game Monday against Catuit, and the 2-strike pitch was bunted foul for an out.
Orleans trying to manufacture an insurance run. And here it is, the bunt. And he bunts through it. That's strike 3. Didn't even bother fouling it off. Just went right through it, and Skilperort gets his second strikeout of the night.
Well, Blackwell with the hat trick now tonight.
That third one stings, man.
It does. Doesn't sting for Wareham, though.
I guess that's a forward K. That's down swinging. So Peyton Chantigny comes to the plate, fouls off the first pitch he sees. Guillemette stays at first base for the time being. 1 out. The top of the 9th inning. 5-4 lead for Orleans. Skilperort on the mound. Here's the pitch. That one lifted to left field. Diodati coming on, and that's going to get down for a hit. Around second base is Guillemette. The throw to third is off the mark, and he's safe. A good throw would have had him, and a risky base running play from Garrett Guillemette ends up paying off. Orleans puts runners on the corners, still 1 out here in the 9th.
Well, and Diodati's going to be upset at himself for that one. He had the base running mistake in the bottom of the 8th. Now misses a chance to get a base runner at third. McLean tried his best with the throw that was to the left of the bag to get it around and tag Guillemette, but just not in time.
Diodati had the home run that put the Gatemen in the lead back in the 6th inning, but since then he's had a tough night. Had a weird ground ball infield double last inning and then was cut down trying to take third on a base running error. A moment ago, had Guillemette take an extra base on him on a throw he probably wants back. Now check that. Acton squares to bunt and pulls back.
Kind of surprised to see that. I know you want this insurance run, but Acton 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. He's also drawn a walk.
Acton squares again, and this one's fouled off. Orleans has tried the bunt a number of times tonight. They are batting 0 in that category.
2 teams, Nick, that are desperate for a win, and it has been an ugly, choppy, wild game.
It really has.
But somebody's got to come up with this one.
Now they're attempting at the safety squeeze, just trying to keep the double play a non-factor here. 2 strikes on Acton, who swings and misses. That's strike 3. Hunter Skilperort goes right after Acton to get him on 3 pitches. And let's be honest here, the Orleans hitters are giving him some stuff to work with. 3 consecutive missed bunts by Blackwell for his first strikeout of the inning. And then Corey Acton misses 2 bunts and then goes down on strikes on the next pitch. Here's Luke Keyshaw. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Skilly steps off. We'll wait a moment for the first pitch to number 9. Keyshaw, one of 2 replacement players in the game after a collision in left center field earlier in this matchup. Jack Bulger and Jared McKenzie collided in left center. Both of those guys exited the game. And that's a ball taken outside by Luke Keyshaw. Keyshaw in the 3-hole is 2 for 2 with 2 singles since he came into this one.
Yeah, both of them for RBIs.
Runner at first, runner at third for Orleans. A 1-0 count on Keyshaw. Skilly kicks and fires and gets that one through the zone for strike 1.
All right. Important to note, Chase DeLauder on deck. So you really want to get this out here. Don't want to give up a walk and load up the bases for Orleans' best hitter.
The 1-1 misses upstairs. Kellum Clark started the game at first base for the Gatemen. He gave way to Angelo Despina defensively, and then Yohandy Morales now holding the runner on the first base bag.
If you're wondering why Morales is at first, it's because Wareham's out of first baseman.
Another pitch taken upstairs, and 3 balls and a strike now on Luke Keyshaw.
I'm wondering if he has a full take sign here. 3-1 with DeLauder on deck.
Not 3-1. You let this guy swing away, especially a guy who's 2 for 2. There's the pitch that's lifted out toward right field. Cade Kern moving toward the line, and he tracks it down for out number 3. Skillport battles through trouble and holds the deficit to 1. The Gatemen with one more chance in the bottom of the 9th. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Wherever you call home, from Boston to the South Shore to the South Coast to the Cape and Islands, Rogers Gray has you covered for all of your coastal homeowners insurance needs. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com.
That double play is brought to you by TM Ryder Insurance Agency. Package your home and auto insurance for the perfect double play.
Village Signs of Mattapoisett. They do it all, from logo design, trucks and buildings to boats. Village Signs has proudly served Southern New England for over 35 years. Visit them at villagesigns.inc.com for all your signage needs.
One more chance for the Gatemen. If you've been with us all night, thank you for sticking with us. If you haven't, if you're just joining us, you're in for a ride. No doubt about that as we enter the bottom of this 9th inning. 5-4 lead for Orleans. They're in town for the second time this year, and Cade Kern coming to the plate for Wareham. He recorded the last out of the top of the 9th and now cuts through a breaking ball from Nick Wallerstedt for strike 1.
Well, if you look at the box score, 5 runs off 12 hits and 4 Wareham errors for Orleans, as that's cut on a miss by Kern to make it 0-2. 4 runs off 9 hits and 2 Orleans errors for Wareham.
Cade Kern 0 for 3 tonight. Wow is right. 2 strikeouts, and he reached on an error, and that one hit him in the head. It was an 0-2 pitch that got away from Wallerstedt, and Kern looks to be okay, thank goodness. Got him in the top of the helmet, and the trainer will come out at the request of the first base umpire. That's just a Appears to be just a formality.
Well, you need to come out for that because Kern just got hit in the helmet so hard that the ball bounced back in the air to the pitcher Wallerstedt, and he caught the ball on the mound.
Kern's just giving it back to him.
I don't know how to respond to that.
So Kern appears to be just fine. He takes first base, and after 2 swings and misses, he was down 0-2. This appears to be a good thing for the Gatemen, who have a runner on board to start the inning. 5-4 game as Jarvis in the 9-hole squares to bunt, spins out of the way.
I don't necessarily agree with trying to put down a bunt here. The way this game's been going, just try and go out here and win it. Don't play for the tie.
That would be the Gatemen's 5th tie of the season if it comes to that. We do not want another one here in the booth. Jarvis squares around, though. It gets it down. Guillemette out from behind the plate. He has a tough play, and he makes it. Wow, Guillemette, an off-balance throw moving up the first base line, and he gets it over there in time to get Jarvis. The job is done, though, as Cade Kern moves to second and moves into scoring position with the top of the order coming to the plate.
And McLean's been good in his debut. 2 for 4, an RBI single his last time up in the 7th.
Sean McLean, his first day with the Gatemen, starting at third base. Made some nice plays defensively, and as you said, 2 for 4. Kern in scoring position at second base. McLean thought about it and took a breaking ball away for ball 1.
Well, here we go. The at-bat of the game right here. Sean McLean in his debut for Wareham. A chance to knock the tying run in.
Wallerstedt set, checks the runner, slide steps, and delivers another breaking ball low and away. Tres Gonzalez on deck for the Gatemen. McLean the priority right now, though. 1 out in the inning. He has a 2-0 count. The pitch swung on and missed. Wallerstedt reared back and fired a fastball right past him. And the right-hander for Orleans right back in this count, 2-1.
Well, that's okay for McLean. Took your cut.
Wallerstedt delivers again. That one's grounded up the middle. Blackwell fields it at short. Quick throw to first in time. Ben Blackwell showing off the leather once again at shortstop. This time it was a slow roller up the middle. And while it moves the runner to third, it is out number 2. Tres Gonzalez representing the last chance for the Gatemen.
Well, Tres Gonzalez has been in this situation one time before this season. Kern was on third, and Wareham was trailing Bourne 6-5 in the 9th. Gonzalez ended up walking, and the bases were later loaded. Bourne got out of it.
The infield playing their positions as here's the first pitch to Gonzalez. Takes strike 1.
God, what a moment. Wareham, who's desperate for a win. They've lost 3 in a row. And they've got the tying run 90 feet away. I mean, you'd take a tie here.
2 outs in the inning. They are so close and yet so far. Breaking ball taken in the dirt. Gonzalez up in the count, 2-0.
And for all the nail-biting moments this season, this one feels like it could be one of the turning points. Wareham hasn't been on a skid like this yet in 2021.
Gonzalez waits for the 2-0 pitch. Fouls it back. Both of the last 2 Gatemen hitters, McLean and now Gonzalez, were ahead 2-0 in the count. Took a swing at the 2-0 fastball, and both came up empty.
Gonzalez likes to hit it up the middle. Doesn't have a hit yet tonight, but there's a huge hole down the middle, also a big hole in right center.
Here's the 2-1. Grounded to the right side. Chatinier up with it. Throwing, and that will do it. The Gatemen threaten, but come up empty. And for the 4th consecutive game, they come up short. 5-4 is the final here from Spillane Field. And in a game where we saw just about everything, the Gatemen will have to fight for a win another day. We'll be back in a moment for the post-game show on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
We appreciate and thank the sponsors who support the Cape League and the 10 teams. Our corporate sponsors are the financial backbone of the league. It is with their support that we are able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod. On behalf of the Wareham Gatemen, the 9 other teams, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2021 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize
the Yawkey Foundation, Curry College, Cape Cod Healthcare, the 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod,
Badger Sport, 47 Brand, Cape Cod 5 Cent Savings Bank, Milton Cat, Mosquito Marys,
Fairway Financial, Ocean Spray, Seaside Le Mans, Rogers Gray, Franklin Sports,
Cape Destinations, Sullivan Tire, Cape Cod Times, Kinlan Grover Real Estate, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce,
Highline Cruises, Sports Picks, On Deck Sports, Barnstable Bat, Highness Area Chamber of Commerce,
HP Hood, Sunderland Printing, Axis Bats, Quest Diagnostics, Cape Space. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
The Cape Cod Baseball League and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We ask for your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or any other intimidating actions will not be tolerated. Thank you. We ask parents to keep their children off the roofs of the dugouts, away from the batting cages, and out of the bullpen areas. Please throw rubbish into the barrels and recycle the aluminum cans in special bins located around the park.
Ladies and gentlemen, state law prohibits the use of any tobacco product on school property. Thanks for keeping us in compliance.
Cameras and video cameras are permitted inside Spillane Field for personal photos but cannot be used to reproduce the game, players, or on-field events without the express written permission of the Wareham Gatemen. Use of camera or video equipment must not interfere with other fans' enjoyment of the game.
Welcome back to Spillane Field. Feels a little wrong smiling after that one, Jack, doesn't it?
Smile through the pain.
4 straight losses for the Gatemen. They fall to 7-10-4. Orleans to 8-8-3. They improve back to 500. And for the Gatemen, the story of the night was self-inflicted wounds. But we'll start with the pitching. That's a positive. And Adam Major, to start off this game, the longest outing of the season for any Gateman. He went 5 2/3, gave up just 1 earned run, and he was excellent.
Well, if you look at the box score of this game, it doesn't even really make any sense because we cruised through the first 5 innings. Major was fantastic on the mound. His fastball was working. His slider was working. And then we got into the 6th inning, and all the runs started coming across. The errors as well. But that first part of the game, Major and Hayden Thomas for Orleans, who I believe went 5 innings, just battling it out. And both of them pitched extremely well tonight.
And can you believe we thought we were going to have a quick one? The Gatemen scored a couple runs, gave up a couple runs, took the lead 2-1 in the 6th inning on a Diodati home run. That was after Major gave up the 1 run that he allowed, but then came right back and gave up a 4 spot, went down 5-2, and tried to battle it back. Ended up losing it 5-4, had the tying run at third base with Tres Gonzalez at the plate. And Gonzalez, who was 0-for at that point, finished the night. I believe he was 0-for-4 with a walk. Did you think he was going to come through? I had hope.
I thought he would, and he's been one of the hotter bats for Wareham. Was on a 4-game hit streak. 2 of those games were multi-hit games, but ultimately just not enough from Tres Gonzalez. And not enough from Wareham. Self-inflicted wounds, like you mentioned at the top of this post-game show, Nick. There were 3 errors in the 7th inning that allowed Orleans to score those 4 runs. Realistically, probably should have been a 1 or a 2-run inning, maybe 3 at the most. But mistakes coming back to haunt the Gatemen. Also, a couple base-running miscues in the 8th.
Yeah, and the base running miscues were what stand out to me the most. Diodati was on second base after one of the weirder doubles you're ever going to see. It was a ground ball through the infield, through the middle of the infield. It really went for 2 bases. Diodati was aboard to lead off that inning. We had the tying run at that point at second base with nobody out, and then he runs into a tag going to third base in a situation where if he had stayed put, the next batter, obviously you don't know that at the time, but the next batter, Tommy Troy, came up, put a single through the middle of the field that would have probably scored him and tied the game.
Yeah, it was just one of those games, and that's what happens when you're on a losing streak. Things don't quite bounce your way, and the Wareham Gatemen dropped their 4th in a row.
Also had a collision out in left center field tonight. Jack Bolger and Jared McKenzie ran into each other, tracking down a fly ball. The catch was made, and they both exited the ball game, gave way to Luke Keishel and Julio Marcano. Our thoughts and prayers are with them. They both walked off the field under their own power. They look to be okay from our perspective, but I'm not sure what the diagnosis is. We won't speculate as to that, but hope they're both doing okay at this point. That was definitely put a damper on the mood of the ball game early in the night. For now, I think we'll have to send it away. Not much more to say about that one. For Nick Magas, Jack Sadighian, thank you for joining us, everybody. Thank you for sticking with us through all the highs and lows of that ball game. The Gatemen will be back at home tomorrow night against Bourne, trying to get back into the win column. But that is a tough team who won again tonight. They don't appear to be wanting to lose a ball game anytime soon. Saying so long for now, thank you for joining us on the Gatemen Baseball Network.